When moderate.
Time for another race. I'm a little less sleepy than I was earlier, oddly enough. But I'm still pretty tired. So I look forward to going to bed here in a bit. How's that look? Eric Almirola's in this race. Let me run down through this fucking starting lineup because I don't know everybody that's in this race. I know about AJ. I know about Ty. I know about William Byron. I was surprised to see Eric Almirola's name on there. Sage Karam's in the race. Carson Hocevar, I think this is his Xfinity debut. Miguel Paludo. Kaz Grala is here. Yeah. Interesting. Alright, let me get my YouTube app going. And I'll start conversing with you fine people on this Saturday, early Saturday evening. I had my, we had Domino's just now. I wanted Papa John's, but Domino's was fucking cheaper, so got stuck with that. It was good, but Papa John's would have been great. You know, YouTube app, I did not click that. I clicked about 30 other things, and you just took me to a bunch of other shit that I don't care for. Okay. Ready to roll. This race is 4 laps longer than the truck race, so they're about the same distance. It's a hot day today. Kyle Busch, his hands are fucked up. He has blisters on his hand, on his right hand, from the H pattern shifter in the truck because, you know, the Cup Series, they use a sequential shifter. It's much easier. Kyle made the remark that his hands are so girly from the Cup car that they're not built for H patterns anymore. And Zane Smith nearly burned everyone alive after his celebratory burnout. The mud flaps caught on fire, and then the entire left rear of the truck went up in flames. So I had to put that out. That'll be a good race win diecast if they make one. I'm guessing they'll make one. I got Ty Gibbs to win me like, what, $11? AJ Allmendinger's part of a parlay, though, so if he wins, I still have hope for tomorrow. Got AJ and Kyle Larson in a parlay for the weekend. Fire is bad, especially on your truck, even after the race is over. It's pretty scary. Same track as earlier, different series. Keselowski and Logano in the booth. They finished first and second last week when I was in Atlanta. A trip I'd like to forget, but at least they entertained me for that last 100 laps. Look, they're showing the finish from last week.
They were 1-2 on track in the Cup race last Sunday at Atlanta. Joey Logano gets the win. Brad Keselowski comes home second. Appropriately, Joey looks happy here, and Brad looks intense.
I looked pretty pissed last week too, Brad, for a lot of different reasons, so I feel your pain.
If you're going to be with us today. And you know what? The star of this
Xfinity broadcast is louder than the truck broadcast. What's the most money I've won in a weekend for NASCAR? Had to be like $30 or $40 across maybe 2 races that weekend or something. I'm not sure. Michael would probably remember better than I would. He makes all the bets for me. It's his way of supporting my streaming career. He makes me little bets here and there.
Yeah, that race over at 10-11, hairpin corner, one of the best passing corners on the track. We're going to see a lot of action there, and turn 12 today. Very high speed.
The track map is very useful when watching a race at a track this big because I know there's 20 turns. I remember turn 1 I remember the S's, I remember the long straightaway, and I remember turns 19 and 20. I know where they are on the rest of the racetrack. I just can't remember what number of corner they're in.
This is an easy track, Adam, to get yourself out of position on the racetrack. We talked
Showing
about
the brawl
S's.
happened
You
between
don't
two.
want
I
to
know
get
those
there.
guys were not
Six and
drunk,
marks side by side, it's very easy
which
to
makes it
get
even
yourself
worse. They were sober douchebags.
I'm always smiling. Can you smile?
And if you
on the
asswips ever hear this, Tom, I think one of your names was Tom, fuck you, you slack-jawed, snaggle-toothed, redneck piece of shit.
It's a Saturday.
You almost got through down the stairs at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Coming your way from COTA. Let's go trackside.
I would have bashed your fucking skull in and gladly went to jail for a day or two. I'd have got out.
All right, race fans.
Just wouldn't be able to go back to Georgia ever again. What's up, Michael?
Words in motorsports.
Michael, what's the most money I've won in a weekend on a race? You would remember better than I would.
Justin Becker representing USA Today, and Danson's company-wide raffle winner, Zandria Hunsaker.
Say it.
Drivers, start
Your engine!
Quit waiting around. Some of us are tired and want to take a nap, so let's get on with this.
Today marks the 75th time the NASCAR Xfinity Series has gone road racing, and today we're doing it deep in the
Bring back Montreal. I miss when they used to do this in Montreal. Maybe $100. You think I won $100 on a weekend? God, you think I'd remember that? It's a very windy day here in western North Carolina. The wind keeps pulling the curtains out of my open window. Wish I had somewhere to go today that's not 4 hours away and not surrounded by idiots in Atlanta, Georgia, so I guess I'll just stay home. Played a lot of Alice Cooper shit on drums today. Just started like playing around, seeing what parts I could play. All classic Alice Cooper. I think I played shit from just Love It to Death, Killer, $Billion Dollar Babies. And then I got tired. And I was like, well, I need to be awake to watch this Xfinity race, so let's not wear myself out anymore. Oh, yeah, we did have Ross last year at 30. Yeah, we got a lot off of that one. My live stream cut off with 2 to go, and I had to quickly make another live stream to catch the last lap and a half reaction, or whatever it was. Now, who's been a disappointment early in the season in Xfinity? Cole Custer. I thought he would have won by now. This track has 20 turns, they say. A lot of right-handers.
And when you come here, it's not just a race, it is.
How cool would it be if that roller coaster in the infield was shaped like the racetrack?
Our Fox weather, 81 degrees, going to a high of 84. A nice breeze on this spring, summer type day. Plenty of sunshine here in Austin, Texas. It was cold last Saturday evening, but things warmed up at the end.
Oh, Parker almost won. Like, watch Hemrick try to just crash Parker into Austin Hill there. You see that at the end of that? Hemrick tried to crash the 2 leaders on the last lap and failed. He got Parker, though. I could have doubled down on Parker today, but we all know a Gibbs car or a Colleague car or a Hendrick car is going to win this race. Gibbs, Colleague, or Hendrick.
Be nice, be nice. Parker moonlights as a pit reporter on the NBC side. And as we said,
You can't say the other network's name.
we could be talking about in line for a championship run, starting 5th today. Let's go from the driver's seat.
Absolutely. Parker Kligerman and Joey Logano up here in the Fox booth. You got us.
Well, that radio sounded good.
Well, Parker, you had a good run last week. You finished backwards with a top 5 finish.
Yeah, Ross had a hell of a run at the end of the race. If Ross Chastain and Kyle Busch caught a caution, there could have been a totally different outcome earlier today. Joey Logano looks like Harry Potter, man. It's killing me. Parker, your radio sucks. Why does it keep doing that?
Thank you. Have a good one, man.
I hope the car is better than the radio.
Well, that's a thing that happens here a lot. It's such a big racetrack. You're over 3 miles, right? And
This is a tough racetrack for shit like radios and spotters. This track is huge.
Nice suites, everything in here, but it really blocks the communication from the crew chiefs, and they have to communicate a lot through the spotters, but no one can hear each other all at the same time. It gets very challenging here.
Absolutely, Joe. And I think that's one of the things that stands out.
Okay, double duty guys racing today and tomorrow. AJ Allmendinger, Ty Gibbs, William Byron, Eric Almirola, and Josh Bilicki. Not that Bilicki's racing tomorrow. He's just going to be kind of riding around, right?
In the final round, Eric Almirola is here, Josh Bilicki, and Ty Gibbs is back in the Xfinity Series starting 3rd.
Oh, God's favorite race car driver has blessed the Xfinity Series with his presence once again today. This time in the car that he ran over several times last year, the 19 car. You did the same parlay as me? Well, maybe it'll work out.
Ty Gibbs, Brent Keselowski up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Nice talking to you, buddy. So you're back in the Xfinity Series. It's been a while, all the way since your last race, the championship race.
Joey's hair looks good. It's your weekly Joey Logano hair watch.
Yeah, I think just more track time. I get to race against some of my buddies. It should be a good day.
You don't have any friends, Ty. Nobody likes you.
The wheel hop. The first couple wheel hops, I think, was in practice. I smiled a little bit. I missed that. Just a touch.
Absolutely. Big difference between the Cup cars, Xfinity cars. For the fans at home, maybe you can explain how they drive.
Why don't we just take the Xfinity cars and make them the Cup cars?
I think they drive really different, but I think, all the braking markers and lift markers and everything is really close. So I think it's very beneficial for me with this experience in the Cup Series to get more time and hopefully put on a good show for you guys and have a good time.
10-4. Good luck. Thank you, Ty.
Everybody has to pretend that they like talking to Ty Gibbs. You got Byron and Cindric tomorrow. You got Byron today, Cindric tomorrow.
Regan Smith, he's no stranger to success road racing in Xfinity. Good afternoon, Regan.
Well, good afternoon, Adam.
I just haven't seen enough from Cindric so far in the Cup Series on road courses. Cars are so different from the Xfinity cars. I think that's what's hurt him.
And yesterday they found an issue with the race car after practice before qualifying, a cracked rotor that they felt like would have been something that maybe could have ended their day today had they not found that when it happened. They went ahead and qualified the first round of qualifying, would have ended up 10th as things worked out. Instead, he has got to go to the back, so a bit of bad luck, actually perhaps some good luck for Cole Custer as he looks to get back into his winning ways in the Xfinity Series. Josh Sims?
Well, speaking of winning ways, Regan, all eyes are going to be on AJ Allmendinger in the 10 car, coming down from the Cup Series to take part in this race. You can call him the king of the road course. He's got a whopping 10 road course victories in the Xfinity Series. He won this
AJ could possibly be a bet tomorrow. I've still got to think about it.
On the pole for this race.
I'll let you know in the morning. I'll be up late tonight after I take the snap after this race. I'll have plenty of time to think about it.
Better at this race than what he did last year when he won. And AJ's a guy that everybody looks at to always win when he's on the road courses. A lot of pressure on him, but he said, hey, no one puts more pressure to win these races than he does on himself, guys.
And if you look at his career numbers, Josh, you believe he can handle the pressure just fine. So we've heard from the pit reporters. Now we go to our spotter analyst, Coleman Presley. Where are you starting things out today, Coleman?
Hey, Adam, over here in the brand new spotter stand over in the turns.
Winning spotter from Atlanta last week, Coleman Presley, did a great job with Joey.
From what you've seen in the past.
I think the #1 priority today for road course racing in general, over to my right on the backstretch, we have the choose cone today. It's going to be really important for these secondary spotters to get used to the choose numbers, how you count the cars, make sure you're not giving up unnecessary rows. It's going to be a very important job for these secondary spotters. From doing the truck race earlier today, it's very hot out. Not very many stage breaks, not many cautions. Got to keep your driver focused. Whenever you see him make a mistake, one of the 3 spotters on the track is going to do their best to try to get him refocused. Look forward to watching the race today with you guys.
Coleman, there's a rumor going around there were some snakes in the parking lot over there. Is that true?
That is a true statement. We've seen snakes today, and I stayed on the stand away from it.
All right, be safe.
Cindric qualified 3rd tomorrow.
Circuit of the Americas when we return on FS1.
One more godforsaken commercial break. We can get on with this. God, I'm tired. Qualifying was rare. I know I said I'd watch it, but I was already sleepy. I didn't need to be any more bored than watching qualifying. Can we get on with this shit? I know Jordan Taylor qualified 4th because I saw they disqualified Suarez's lap for cutting the S's. And then I saw Jordan Taylor qualified 4th. I was like, whoa, what? And Larson qualified like 13th. A little surprised there wasn't more speed with Larson in qualifying. Reddick being up front makes all the sense in the world to me.
Time to start part 2 of our NASCAR doubleheader. Congratulations to Zane Smith, one of the Craftsman Truck Series earlier today.
They're coming to the green here.
Now it's these Xfinity teams ready for 46
working their way through the line at Disneyland portion of COTA.
All new Toyota Supra GR.
And you guys are about to see something on the initial start here. The way they designed this racetrack, turn 1 is so wide. They have the inside curbing about 6 lanes wide to where there's a lot of opportunity to go 3 wide.
Bubba looked surprisingly good. Toyotas were bad on road courses last year. Toyotas were really bad on road courses, especially the Gibbs cars. But that was in the Cup side anyway. They were bad.
No cautions at the end of the stages on road courses in 2023. Front row, the best ever in the Xfinity Series on road courses. That would be A.J. Allmendinger next to
a lot of cars going to the rear. The biggest ones being Custer, Allgaier, Chandler Smith.
And you see those battling adversity early on. 13 drivers to the rear for unapproved adjustments.
Everybody, welcome to the A.J. Allmendinger show.
The Xfinity Series, we're glad you're with us. Here we go.
Green flag.
Nice drag race down into turn 1.
Look at how low Ty Gibbs went into turn 1. And Ty is already running into somebody. He plows into AJ door to door.
What about this camera angle? Great job.
That was a great camera shot. Brad's not lying. Sheldon Creed goes from 4th to the lead thanks to Ty Gibbs' stupidity. AJ's already back into 2nd. AJ was like 5th coming out of turn 1. He's back into 2nd. Ty Gibbs happened. That's what happened.
So you're going from 4 wide in turn 1 to try to be single file by the time you go through these S's as guys are off in the dirt.
Yeah, you want to be single file by the time you get to about turn 8, turn 9, and if you're not, you're really setting yourself up for trouble. You see a lot of guys are going to run through the
Fox, did you put the track map up, please, so people that don't know can see where they are?
Hey, Sheldon Creed,
Zoom that camera in.
Jumps to the front, gets in front of AJ Allmendinger to begin this race.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened. Started 4th.
Ty Gibbs happened. That's how it happened.
4th place is taking the lead on the start, but AJ, he's going to try to get this lead back really quick, I think, Joey.
And this is where he's going to have an opportunity. He's going to get that big draft down the straightaways. Xfinity cars draft pretty well, and then he's going to try to outbreak him. And he's still on the straightaway here, by the way. It's very long.
I love that straightaway. It's got a little kink in it, but that long back stretch there is the coolest thing ever.
Two also got it. They're pretty good.
It's like Watkins Glen speed to the max.
Sammy Smith started on the front row. He's 4th, so he's settled in.
I think AJ's going to get this lead back fairly easily when he catches the 2 at a passing zone. He's eating him up right now. And the 2 goes wide and basically lets him have it. And AJ should take off now. Oh, 2's coming back. AJ went a little wide, but he'll settle in. He'll drive away.
Surprise, surprise, new leader. His name is AJ.
Gets the lead back. Yeah, Creed is a pretty solid road racer. You were not wrong for betting on him. Full screen replay is something we already saw.
You see the 2 with Sheldon Creed there. 3 wide on the top. Gets a little tag in the left rear. Still able to accelerate off the corner.
Show what's happening right now. We already saw this. Oh, shit, I'm tired.
Both of the Sams went wide. Sammy Smith, Sam Mayer.
And because y'all showed a full screen replay, you missed that. Almirola got spun. Oh, my Lord. He almost got creamed there. Josh Berry's got big damage. His hood pushed in and up.
Really wrinkled here.
Well, if you go back to a year ago, Josh Berry, he was involved in an accident on lap 1, really didn't get the experience he needed.
And cut the track.
That Tire Pro Chevrolet is all beat up. You know, his teammate Justin
He cut the track. Josh Berry had all 4 wheels on the paint coming through the S's. He should be penalized for that. And Joey might be about to point it out.
Only in the S's.
Just in the S's, but I saw Josh Berry had all 4 tires.
Watching that all day long, and if you go too far, you got to pay the price.
And we've seen it. I mean, it happened a couple of times in practice yesterday, and then it was big in qualifying. I mentioned it earlier. William Byron had the fastest lap in the final round. Would have been on the pole, but he cut the corner between turns 3 and 6. His time was disallowed.
A ton of damage to Josh Berry's car. You just saw that right in front of Cole Custer.
It's really par for the course, though. I talked about what happened to him here last year. He's had 4 consecutive top 10s this season.
Ty Gibbs going for 2nd. Creed really took advantage of the chaos there at the start. Ooh, Gibbs a little low on the curb.
It's so important to establish track position when you can. When you look at the best road racers, it's not the fact that they go fast. That's one part of it. But the way they race, to me, is what always stands out. How they're able to make passes, make moves.
Junior Motorsports wasting another road course ride on Miguel Paludo.
Similar on speed to others. Now, it's pretty apparent here that 19 is faster than the 2.
19's faster than the 2, but the 2's not laying over for the 19 like he did the 10. That's respect. He laid over a bit for AJ. He's not cutting Ty Gibbs any break. It doesn't appear anyway. Gonna make Ty earn it. Turn 1, here's an opportunity. And Ty should take it pretty easily. Should.
Textbook move. We talked about at the start of the race. Turn 1, one of the best passing zones on the racetrack.
But look, he's already almost 3 seconds behind race leader AJ Allmendinger. So you get held up, you pay the price. Josh?
Yeah, and a tough break for the 8 car of Josh Berry and Adam.
Josh Berry got damaged from the 98, got checked up in front of William Byron, stopped in front of Josh Berry's car. Custer passed 18 cars in 2 laps. Yeah, he did go to the rear.
Hey, I feel much better this year about my car and everything heading into this race. We just need a clean race, and there you see it right there. Contact with the back of William Byron's car. It's deja vu all over again for the 8.
And I'm not so sure William Byron didn't get into the back end of the 98 of Riley Herbst. Let's keep an eye on that 17. Very fast yesterday, but not climbing.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at Byron's car and see how beat up it is,
Yeah, Byron's
if any at all.
coming into the race. We know the Gibbs cars, you know, the 19, the 18, really good cars that are going to be tough to beat. But this 17 car, they put a lot of effort behind that with the Hendrick effort, and I would expect William Byron's a great road course.
Jeb Burton,
I would
11th.
expect him to climb to the field here.
Jeb Burton's gained a lot of spots.
Well, I think so. His tires are smoking down into the corner.
AJ runs hard a lot. I think sometimes in a race, AJ's his own worst enemy. He drives really hard. It's like he only knows one way to do it. I've noticed late in the Cup Series road races, though, AJ has gotten a lot better about letting the race come to him. And he pops up out of nowhere at the end. He doesn't, like, dominate these road races like he used to occasionally. Now he just kind of rides there 7th to 10th, and then next thing you know, just like last year at COTA, at the end of the race, he's top 3 looking to win.
Completely different gearbox. In the Cup car, we run a transaxle versus standard transmission that you'll see in these cars here today. And the way they shift is so much radically different. These cars here have an H pattern 4-speed transmission. So you'll see them shift first, second, third, fourth in that H pattern. Now the Cup cars have a 5-speed transmission that's sequential, so it goes up and down with the rod. So really easy to get confused between the two if you're not paying close attention. And that'll be something to look out for in today and tomorrow's races.
H pattern shifter fucked up Kyle Busch's hand today. If you watched his interview after the truck race.
To last year, said they weren't where they wanted to be in practice. Good qualifying run. Started 7th earlier today. We're 4 laps in at Circuit of the Americas. You know, A.J. Allmendinger, Ty Gibbs have combined to win 10 of the last 14 on road courses.
10 of the last 14 road courses in the Xfinity Series were won by Allmendinger and Gibbs. I got bad news. I'm really thirsty, but I've only got like 1 drink left. But I don't care. I'm thirsty. Going to bed later anyway. And now we're back from our break. No changes on the leaderboard. That top 10's pretty solid right now. Yeah, when Cindric got out of the Xfinity Series, I opened up the door. It was always going to be Allmendinger or Gibbs. I wish the wind would blow into my room instead of pulling the curtains out of my room. I want that nice, clean air coming in here. I think William Byron just passed John Hunter. Isn't it interesting how road courses, like so in NASCAR, you cannot always look at qualifying speed and say that's who's going to be good in the race, because some guys just can qualify well, but then they don't have race pace, so their shit wears off. And it seems like in road course racing in NASCAR now, it's like whoever qualifies up front, that's the guys. That's the ones you got to beat. Noah qualified 10th tomorrow. Wow. Good for that loser. Hope his throttle hangs going up the hill. I'm only half kidding. Hope he has every mechanical failure in NASCAR that's possible all at once. There you go. Is that better? 5 laps in, it's the AJ Allmendinger show.
NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Circuit of the Americas with Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano. I'm Adam Alexander. So far, it's been AJ.
Cole Custer moving through the field. He's up to 15th. Hocevar running 14th is pretty funny. Proving once again how bad Joe Graff Jr. sucks that a guy can get in his first Xfinity race and outrun him in his car. Brandon Jones 19th. He started like further back. So.
After making it to the final round of qualifying yesterday when they fixed their problem, unapproved adjustment, but he sure noticed he is fast and not too far behind him on this list. Justin Allgaier +9, another driver that's come from the rear today.
Cole Custer, very strong road course racer. Nice run here last year with 3rd place finish. He's looking for 2 spots more. His work cut out for him here at the start, but doing a good job.
Give a call to Jeb Burton, running 11th. And he had a top 10 going here last year until he was penalized for cutting the course in the S's. And right behind him, Sam Mayer looking for his first career win, driving the one for Junior Motorsports.
You talk about cutting the corners. This is kind of the area we're talking about. These are the corners that NASCAR is looking for. Turn 3, 4.
I want to be the guy whose job it is to pay attention to the S's all day because I'd be throwing a lot of black flags.
You can't have 4 tires on the left side of the runway. After that, have at it. They can cut them as much as you want. And you see that as they come into turn 9 here, you're going to see 4 tires up underneath that curve, all the way into the dirt. So where you can take advantage of it, you'll see the drivers definitely take advantage of every piece of real estate they got.
And I think it's important for the fans at home to explain why those corners, why not the other corners, Joey?
Well, if you straighten those areas out, you can carry so much more speed into those S's. And, you know, at some point you got to draw the line of, when is too far, right? Our cars can absorb curves very well, where other sports cars and road course type cars can't run over those curves quite like that. But our cars,
why do they have a Thor Sport 88 graphic for Miguel Paludo's Junior Motorsports 88? Did you see that? Fox. Quit being lazy. I know you've got an 88 graphic somewhere. You fucking love Dale Jr. Allgaier passing 2 at once. Hocevar and Paludo. Allgaier catching up to Custer. They both had to come from the rear.
those are the best moves. When you get a twofer, that into the corner, get 2 of them, and for the price of 1 in one corner, it's the most efficient way to pass.
It's a BOGO, right? A buy one, get one. Justin Allgaier.
You're so funny.
Daniel Hemrick, John Hunter Nemechek.
Ooh, looks like Daniel got a little bit of
Yeah, Hemrick's not having an easy time right now, and he nearly killed John Hunter in the front. Damn. He hit John Hunter pretty hard.
Go down in the corner, and that's a big braking zone. And a lot of times it's kind of like, I'm going to brake after you. That's what some people do when you go into these braking zones and you're going to pass. They just, wherever you brake, I'm going to go a skosh further and try to outbrake you. Well, and then you start getting yourself in trouble, wheel hop, and once the wheel hop starts.
Last year I did a race, NASCAR Heat Online. Me and Dylan got in a lobby. We did the Indy Road Course and made it a public lobby. Me and the guy, first and second, go down to turn 1. We just go flying off the track. I was looking at him. I guess he was looking at me. I was trying to outbrake him like a dumbass.
Driver, it might be because they've been penalized. We've had a couple for shortcutting the S's. 39 of Ryan Sieg. He was 23rd. We also got the 44 of Sage Karam. So both those drivers had a pass-through penalty.
So we've got a couple of guys for cutting the S's. Sage Karam was one of them. They could have got Josh Berry earlier. I saw it on the broadcast.
Strips there, so you couldn't run down. You know, Joey talks about how these cars run through the curve so well, and because of that, NASCAR came up with what we're called the turtles. The problem with the turtles is they were completely destroying the race cars. So, you know, this is the compromise that I think the teams in NASCAR came up with. I don't know if there's a perfect solution, but we're trying our best here.
Last week's winner, Austin Hill, 5th right now.
Byron putting pressure on Hill for 5th. Byron's really starting to move forward. Byron's coming on strong. as a road racer. I wouldn't be surprised if Byron just wins again tomorrow. William Byron's going to win everything this year. I picked another Hendrick car because I feel like Larson's due, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Byron just win again tomorrow.
Trying to bring Parker Kligerman with him. 48-21 at the front last week to end the race at Atlanta, and they're racing for position here. And all of that happening 13 seconds behind A.J. Allmendinger, who's been dominant early.
Coming to the halfway point of stage one.
Lost the lead in turn one, but hung right around, eventually passed Sheldon Creed for the top spot, and he's led every lap since.
He's driving away. He's stretched that lead out to almost 5 seconds now, as you can see on the ticker on the left between him and Ty Gibbs in second. So I think AJ's got some speed here for sure.
And the wind just pulled my door open.
We've reached the halfway point in our opening stage. A.J. Allmendinger in front of Ty Gibbs, Sheldon Creed, Sammy Smith, and William Byron. The 2017 champ is now inside the top 5.
That lame-ass music they're playing. Ooh, we get NASCAR side by side. Thank you, Fox. When they do something right, I will thank them. We got a slow car going up to turn 1, I think. Is that turn 1? Yeah. The 07 Hocevar. I think his shit's broken. You know him, he's not shy about making a caution for himself, and there's the caution. But I don't think he had a choice that time. That car barely made it to the top of the hill. So we have a caution. Halfway through stage 1. He's still stuck up there, and he's got the winning it down, so that thing's obviously not going anywhere. Lasted 7 laps for you, Carson, your big Xfinity debut. Right? This is his Xfinity Series debut. I'm not crazy, right?
Circuit of the Americas, the 07. That's Carson Hocevar, said earlier, making his first career start. Blaine Perkins and SS Greenlight Racing parting company.
Now he's getting towed away.
So bring in Carson Hocevar, who ran the Craftsman Truck Series race earlier today. Been a tough day for him. He was 34th in trucks, spun into the gravel trap, and really never was able to get it going from there. And now, early problems in the Xfinity race, and now we're going to start to see our first wave of potential strategy.
Here they all come to pit road. A lot of guys. I don't know if I'm sure somebody stayed out. Some guys did stay out.
They mostly said they would come to the pits. The 17 car of William Byron, of course, on the pole for tomorrow, but getting some extra laps today. His race car a little bit free with the rear of it right now, and the 19 car of Ty Gibbs also a little bit free with the rear. A common theme up down pit road. Josh.
Two, Sheldon Creed electing to come in now and get those 4 tires and fuel, but feeling good about his road program with that team so far in a strong.
Herbst always runs 6th place on road courses. Every time I look up on a road course, Riley Herbst is 6th. The race off pit road goes to Austin Hill, Ty Gibbs, Sheldon Creed, John Hunter Nemechek, Sammy Smith. Allmendinger stayed out, and he's not the only one.
And we'll follow up with how everything else shook out in the...
Fuck, I'm tired. Whoops. Fucking stupid ass. Moved my hand, hit my remote, and knocked it across my computer. Cautions here, takes so fucking long.
COTA, 8 drivers elected to stay on the racetrack and not pit.
8 cars stayed out. Allmendinger, Kligerman, Herbst, Brandon Jones, Jeremy Clements, Chandler Smith, Kaz Gralla, Kyle Weatherman.
We will be at 5 laps to go in the
5 to go in the stage, but remember, no stage cautions. Interesting that AJ stayed out for this strategy. I don't know if I agree with this. Thank you for putting my parlay at risk, but also making it possible for me to win like 10 or 11 bucks off of Ty Gibbs. Now they all go through turn 1 again like a bunch of maniacs.
Here to roll his outside. Now he'll be the first car, I believe, on new tires.
You're good. Down to 2. Just 1 out.
Really, new tires should be a huge advantage for his first few laps on restarts if you can get clear of the traffic. So the first guy to break through has a shot.
You saw the charges that Chastain and Busch made in the truck race when they had fresh tires.
Here, and there's other cars around you. There's nowhere to really go. You have all this potential in your car, but you're stuck. You're stuck behind cars.
Kligerman into second.
Up a little bit, and you can outbrake them here into 11 here in the next corner.
You know, these strategies, I said I didn't like AJ's strategy. It just depends on how and when the cautions come out, if any happen. It's exciting in a way, not knowing if there's going to be more cautions or not. This race could go green for all we know. Isn't that great? The natural flow of a race.
That's going to happen all day. What's hard about this?
After 6 years of stage cautions, I'm over it.
Exactly how many cars are to your left and
I'm
right.
so fed up with it.
Sheldon Creed did right there was
So this
awesome.
weekend's just a
Went
breath of
extremely
fresh
well.
air.
He went all the way to the bottom. He knew no one could get to his inside, and that's why you see him making forward progress now.
That's good stuff. I mean, turn one strategy as a driver is pretty important.
The 8 cars that stayed out still remain at the front.
It gets really, really sharp. You almost got to back up to get around the corner. It gets really,
Although
really
Creed
sharp.
is up to
You get
5th. He's
pin
made
back
good
as well.
ground
So
here on the
he's
first
gotta
lap of the
smarten
run.
to get through all that. And you want to be aggressive and get the move done, but you also got to have a car to finish the race with.
Exactly.
So it's pretty tricky.
And we're still pretty early in this race.
And this strategy,
Whoa, John Hunter. I thought he was going to overcook it and wipe out the 21. He stayed off him, but he smoked the tires to do it.
Really fast cars that were in contention all pitted there. I don't blame them for doing that because they realize how fast AJ is. Let's just do something different, and maybe at some point we can.
Great camera work there, Fox.
That's what they're hoping.
Yeah, there you go. Get it in position.
I mean, he's going to lose a ton of
There we go,
track
Sheldon.
position here.
Sheldon taking another look.
Sheldon
here.
Creed's
Spotter
really...
taking
I think Sheldon Creed's going to ruin AJ's strategy here.
on, Riley Herbst.
He's certainly ruining it for Kligerman and
That's
Raleigh.
set up with that turn one move we were just talking about.
Turn one a little bit.
I would say Sheldon Creed's trying to get up win a stage for a second consecutive week. He beat his teammate to the line by a nose last week in Atlanta, but the caution had come out. And so Austin
Don't
Hill,
aggressively
who
start a
was
sentence with the
actually
word caution when there's nothing going
in
on.
stage one, Sheldon Creed had it taken away.
Make a race fan
Now
jump.
back
Just say
on
cut
now.
like you're going to say caution.
Third.
We see the 18 and the 17
Yike.
together here.
Sammy Smith almost wrecked William Byron. Almost. They keep going.
Really fast, high speed straightaway. You got to slow it down for that corner.
Hey, give a call to Justin Allgaier. He took advantage of that mishap on track. He now finds himself up inside the top 10. He's one of those drivers that pitted, so he has his tires after starting in the back. This is a nice little rally early in stage one for the 7.
Yeah, if you can start in the back and get stage points in the first stage,
That's pretty good, Joe.
that's a win. You take that, and then you try to keep moving forward. You see some damage, though, to the front of that car. Obviously, a lot of that happening in the stack-ups in the turn 1, 11 and 12.
Regan?
Well, and Adam, just to add on to 7 and Justin Allgaier, a number of cars complaining about forward drive, complaining about the rear of the car being too loose. He is one of the guys, though, that has been happy. One of the first comments he made on the radio, my car has good forward drive. If I'm his crew chief, I am very happy hearing that early on.
Well, and he's a driver that needs a good run here today because he started 2023 with 3 consecutive podiums last 2 weeks. Had a DNF and did it at Phoenix.
It's been a crappy year for Junior Motorsports. There's no way to sugarcoat it.
And he's making it happen here, getting another spot, goes around Chandler
And they've
Smith.
got nobody to blame but each other.
Colleague in the 16.
Yeah, and he gets powered by him. That was really impressive. That car looks super strong, like Regan was saying. It's got a lot of rear grip, allows him to really attack the corner on entry and on exit.
You know, damage on his nose.
Surprised to see Austin Hill not moving forward the way Sheldon Creed did his teammate because he pitted too.
For him, I think it's able to allow him to, get away a little bit more with the road course here.
I don't know what's going on with my first and second gear shifting.
He's got gear problems, the 21. He's complaining about it now.
Like, he was in neutral. Not really sure what's going on. I've never been shifted so many times in a race, so it's really weird.
Said he's missing shifts and he can't figure out why.
There's going to be a lot of shifting here today. That makes for a long, long race, and you really need first gear at this track. A lot of slow speed sections, and that downshift from second to first, and even that upshift from first to second, really critical to making lap time here.
Does it make it even more physical when you're fighting that in the car? I mean, you're getting thrown around, and there's so many physical components to this race. I'm guessing that makes it even worse, right?
Oh, absolutely. We talked about how physically of a demanding racetrack this is. You're constantly getting after. Coleman was talking about that earlier. It's hot out.
Oh, and he's going to get that spot back. That's right where he shifts Joey into second. He had just passed Chandler Smith.
Yeah, they're killing Austin Hill off the corner down the long straightaways, and he's losing spots every lap.
And there you kind of get an idea of what
And Creed's into second,
losing off the corner,
and he's still got
really take advantage of you down the
a
straight.
little over 2 laps to catch AJ,
Two of Sheldon Creed
if he can.
gets by
He's got fresher tires than AJ.
They're on a different strategy strategy here. Creed came down pit road lap 8. He's got fresher tires, and with that pass, he's now 3 seconds and some change behind race leader A.J. Allmendinger. Will be 2 laps to go in the stage this time around.
And Joe, you were talking about for Austin Hill, you know, how big of a physical challenge this is, and then you have the shifting go on top of it. How about the mental challenge, right? You know, you're trying to race the traffic here, Joey. You're trying to race the racetrack, and it's just another distraction for you when the car won't shift properly.
It's tiring. It's a tiring race. I mean, there's no ifs, ands about it, right? It's a very challenging racetrack. You're getting bounced around on all these curves. You're hustling as hard as you possibly can to make speed, pass cars around you, keep up with the strategy. That's another piece of the strategy here too, guys. Like when your crew chief's able to get you track position, maybe by staying out and getting on older tires or whatever that may be, you can't afford to make a mistake and lose that track position. It's almost a double negative. Now you've stayed out, you have less fuel, and you didn't maintain your track position. So those guys that stayed out on this last caution, it's so important for them to just manage the race of what they got. You lose too much, you still got to pit. Your game's over at that point.
Well, we were on board with Riley Herbst. You got Parker Kligerman. There are a number of series regulars up there that need points, that didn't pit. As you said, you got to stay up there to
Keep zoning out.
Right
I'm tired, man.
And something I'd say here, A.J. Allmendinger's really fast. He's had a 3.5-second lead pretty much since we've been at this point of the racetrack last lap when Sheldon was able to take the second spot. He's still able to just keep ripping on older tires.
Yeah, that's crazy. AJ's lead has gotten bigger. Creed has 8-lap fresher tires. And AJ's lead has gotten bigger. 8 laps on this place is a lot.
Yeah, 10-4. How you guys doing?
Well, you're even more relaxed than we are up here, considering how fast AJ is out there on old tires, really not even giving up any time to the second place car in Creed. Obviously, a little different strategy call. Seemed like everybody did something different than you guys. I don't blame them because you're so fast. That's what I'd want to do, is something different. What are you guys thinking? You're going to have to pit here soon, right?
Yeah, I figure Creed did hit it pretty hard. He got through the field quickly, but damn, you would think AJ would give up something. Because nobody's catching Creed. Ty Gibbs is the closest other car on Creed's strategy. Ty Gibbs is 5th. William Byron's 7th. Allgaier 8th. And they haven't made any progress. Although Gibbs just passed Herbst, so there you go.
Yeah, we'll be pitting here shortly, so that'll be fun to watch anyway, right?
I'm sure you'll get them stage points. Have a go, man.
Well, they need stage points for.
You know, he brings up an interesting point, talking about calling strategy.
1 to go in the stage.
Alex Jans. And, you know, AJ was on Race Up this week, and he talked about the pressure that comes with running a road course because the expectations are so high.
I think this whole no stage caution thing is going to bring back the outcry for give us more road courses that we were going through in the late 2010s. And I was leading the charge begging for more road courses and still love the fact that we have a lot more road courses now.
With older tires than others, and they're all kind of converging here with the 98 car having stayed out. Of course, you're seeing Ty Gibbs, William Byron slowly make their way up to the front. They didn't have the best restarts. You know, those 2 cars did. Sheldon Creed kind of got away from them, but they're making their way through the field now.
You bring up a solid point there, Brad. That's the difference of having the big restart that Sheldon Creed had. And we already talked about how good of a restart he had the initial start. He did it again the second restart, and that's why you see him.
Creed still hasn't gained a fucking thing on AJ.
And you look at Ty Gibbs, 7.
Ty Gibbs. I like how Joey says his name, Ty Gibbs.
It's a big difference just getting through a couple cars
Ty Gibbs.
earlier, and you're really able to stretch that gap.
You guys at Ty Gibbs.
A.J. Allmendinger leading by almost 3.5 seconds. What's he saying?
Frankie, you want me to free mention so you feel at home? It's great. It's great. I feel like I'm on vacation. Do you have your shirt off? I do. All I have is the sleeve that I have on protecting my arm, and then I have no shirt on and no shoes.
Well, I mean, you can talk like this when your car's really fast. You can afford to be on vacation, I guess, but don't let your guard down too much, because things happen quick. We've seen this in NASCAR plenty of times. You can have the dominant.
William Byron's up to 5th now. Now those cars on the fresher tires are making a little more ground. Creed's stalled out in 2nd, but the 17, the 19, and the 5, not the 5, 17, the 19,
caution. I mean,
And the
this
7
seems
are
so
coming.
odd to me.
I said
feel
5
we've
because I was
got
thinking
such a
like
rhythm of
old
doing
school
it.
junior
It's
motorsports.
the
That's
new
my
rule,
bad.
the new setup on road courses to help open up the door when it comes to strategy.
And it's about to change here too, because when the 10
And AJ wins stage
think
1.
about how much time he's gonna lose, he's gonna bury himself like almost at the very, very back.
They don't even wave the green and white checkered flag.
You know, we're talking, I don't know what it is, maybe 40 seconds.
Byron and Gibbs door to door for 4th going to turn 1, and they cut away from it.
That's going to easily drop him outside the top 20, and I'm just wondering,
Now they
Joey,
cut back.
how much longer is he gonna
Byron's
stay
going to take the spot.
Well, right now he's really not giving up any time, right, to those guys. So I think you run it as long as you possibly can.
Couple of good weeks for Kligerman. The race he had in Atlanta last week, and he finishes 3rd in stage 1 here. They've built up a lot of points. Chandler Smith's pitting.
Run it as long as you can, and then pit.
Chandler Smith coming down pit road.
Yeah, his teammates making a pit stop. AJ Allmendinger has won stage 1 at COTA for a 3rd consecutive year. Creed, Kligerman getting points. Riley Herbst did. Talked about Justin Allgaier. Brandon Jones needed points and was able to get them. Same for Sammy Smith and Sam Mayer. He went to the stage and keeps on digging.
Yeah, you have to think he's going to come next time by, wouldn't you?
That was the plan for most people. Run it through the stage, get the points, and then pit. But, you know, as we all know, the minute you try to predict what's going to happen from a strategy perspective in one of these races, you are out to lunch because everything seems to change with the flow of the race. I'm anxious to see
Very dynamic.
If they do what we expect them to do and what the plan was this morning in the garage for Alex Johnson, that bunch.
So let's talk about that. Why is the pit strategy, why has it changed so much? And there's a number of reasons for that. One, you've got a car that's dominant. So if you do the same things he does, as Larry Mack would attest to, you're probably not going to beat him. So you're going to have to change your pace.
You're going to follow the leader
all day long.
My favorite line.
The other thing is you get these little variables that change the optimum strategy. A yellow comes out on a specific lap, and that can change everything. Most of these teams, especially in the Cup Series garage area, have a pit room simulation that will actually tell them when is the best.
Austin Hill's on pit road. I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Scenarios to try to help them make
Got to fix that car if they can. Got to do something.
Use those things to their advantage. And so when we try to map out these races, that's why it's so hard.
And here comes AJ making his first pit stop of the day on lap 15.
You can't see, and they all aggregate together to make an optimum.
See how these tires serve him later in this run in stage 2. Here comes Herbst. Here comes Brandon Jones.
And those drivers that stayed out with him coming down pit road as well. Maybe not all of them, but a handful. Here they are, Regan.
The plan for the 98 car, Riley Herbst, from the start of the day was to pit whenever they got the stage points, and at the end of the stage, they wanted to make sure they got some of those. That worked out. Josh?
Well, the plan for the 9 of Brandon Jones, who started deep in the field, was to get those stage points, got those much-needed stage points, and then the plan is to come in and pit. As far as the 10 of AJ...
Not a great stop for AJ. They were slow on the left front, it looked like.
Had a strong car so far, and has led 14 laps.
All this cycles through. Sheldon Creed is the new man on point. Parker Kligerman scored in second. He is yet to make a pit
Kligerman's
stop.
still not pitted. I figure he'll pit next time.
You know, would be
He's making good time still.
Third place would be Ty Gibbs. You got Justin Allgaier there. These are the drivers that pitted at lap 8. They will cycle through to the front. As a host of drivers have made pit stops, and we anticipate Parker Kligerman will be down fairly soon as well.
You know, AJ Allmendinger just made that pit stop. This is what we talked about, right? Eventually, you got to pit and put gas in it, right? You got to take the hit. And now he's pretty much gone to one of the last cars in this line. Now, he's
Getting held up by Joe Graff Jr.
Time of passing these guys, as you see. But he's going to have to work a little bit to get through that. And I guess he hopes his run's long enough that everyone else pits.
Yeah, he needs this to go at least another 8 to 10 laps so that the other cars have to pit as well. That's what I see here, Joe. And if that doesn't happen, that might not be so good for him. But you see, he's working his way through the field. The leader of the race pitted under green. AJ Allmendinger, he came out 27th. And he is a long ways back from Sheldon Creed. Over 30 seconds.
If you were doing an average of his lead throughout the early portion of the race, it was right around 3.5 seconds. He's now 35 seconds behind the race leader, Sheldon Creed, about a half a second in front of 2 seconds rather in front of Parker Kligerman.
So he needs needs a green flag run here. He's hopeful for 10, 15 laps as you see Parker
It'd be nice if it went green that long.
If he doesn't get that,
Parker's on
it's
pit
gonna put
road
him in a
now.
lot of trouble and buried in the field.
Scheduled green flag stop for Parker Clearman, Regan.
Adam, it's been a great start for Parker so far today. Some handling issues yesterday in qualifying and practice with that car. No comments on that today, though, with the front end bouncing. It's been much better so far. Lap times very good, even on those old tires, so they stand on one extra lap before they came in.
I'm not sure I understand the staying out one extra lap. I don't know if it's a mileage thing or what, but I always feel like if you're going to leave me out like for a few laps to where I have a real tire advantage. If not, you just lose some track position, from cars going faster for one lap, and then you don't have really a big enough tire advantage to get them back. Like, if you're going to leave me out there for a long time.
How about the leader, Josh?
Yeah, Sheldon Creed told me before this race that he did a ton of research and studying to make sure he got his road course program much better. He's feeling good about what he's got. The team just told him to back up his entry into turn 11. That's where he's losing some time right now. But the thing for Sheldon, he told me right now the 21 team, his teammate is kicking their butts. Austin Hill has those 3 wins on the season. So a question for Brad and Joey, have you had a teammate that's been kicking your butt, and how'd you respond?
Now that's a mean question, Josh.
It's never happened to me, Josh.
Ha ha ha. So tired, I don't even care what they're laughing at. Oh, the 50 car has a problem.
Yeah.
I think he stopped at the top of the hill just like Hocevar was. That's probably going to be a caution if he doesn't get moving.
The course down in turns 3 to 6, and now he's parked it.
This is probably going to bring out
the top of the hill. Yeah, I mean that's where Carson Hocevar was. There's no way.
And the caution's out.
We get our second caution.
Now, this is interesting on the strategy side of what these other cars are going to do now.
I'm not going to predict.
The car stopped at the top of the hill.
Everybody's made a pit stop. Sheldon Creed, your race leader.
I damn it, we were doing so well. We got another caution. Fuck, I'm tired. Dale, you're closer to your nap than you were 16 laps ago. If anybody has anything to talk about, I'm open to suggestion. Did more shit from GTA 6 leak, or am I looking at footage from the previous leak that I hadn't seen yet? Because I keep seeing GTA 6 shit on my Twitter feed, and it's legit because it's from that, whatever it was, whatever you're going to call it, alpha build of GTA 6. Austin Hill to the garage. So his day's ruined. He can get back out there, but somebody, wow. Somebody in Florence has a Car Liberts Cup car, and it looks like it's from 2006, I want to say. No, it's got to be 2000. 4 or 5. Because he ran late in 2004 in the 99. So it's an Office Depot scheme, but it's not a Ford Fusion. It's a Taurus. That's pretty cool. Saw somebody on Facebook was selling a Jeff Gordon Cup car from 2004, and it's legit. It was a 24 car from 2004. It ran in 7 races that year. I can't remember if it won any of the ones it was in or not. Have I ever seen that movie Underwater? No. Never even heard of that. What is that? Enlighten me, please.
And I won't say the third time's the charm, because every time we...
I'll be wide awake for that Cup race tomorrow, I promise. I'm going to nap tonight, be up at night, take a nap in the morning, and not get out of bed until like right before the Cup race. I'm not going to be struggling through tomorrow like I am today. And they're towing the 50 car off, so shit just broke. I don't know what was wrong with it. It's a sci-fi horror movie.
Looked like he had a mechanical into turn 1. Of course, we saw Carson Hocevar earlier in the race. He's had a bad weekend. 2 mechanical.
Now, what do you want to do for your strategy? I mean, if you're AJ, you just stay out no matter what. Oh, excuse me.
Austin Hill had to go to the garage. Yep, he was having that shifting problem. Eventually took it to the garage. We'll keep you posted on his situation. We were talking during the break, and I'm looking at this race from the perspective of A.J. Allmendinger, who's the clear favorite. And I'm like, man, he pitted after everybody else. He lost all that track position 35 seconds back. I'm like, man, this caution's good. We tighten up the field. He can go get a bunch of positions. And the 2 drivers in the booth say, no.
I mean, I think he wants to keep going and keeping it green. And a lot of it depends on what's about to happen right here. Yep. This guy's going to pit or stay out. Looks like they all stay out.
Everybody's staying out.
And that is what's going to hurt AJ. Yes, you may think he's closer to...
I told you I did not like the strategy that they had AJ play. It was his crew chief, obviously. I'm not blaming AJ. Didn't like the strategy.
Beginning of this race, the restarts, the damage that Josh Berry got, the damage that a lot of these cars got, all happened on the restart in the turn 1. And AJ is he's in the zone, right? He's in a scary place to be where he can have the fastest race car and get wrecked right here.
And the 91 is stopped under caution. Is that Balicki?
How nervous are you as we watch Josh Balicki having a problem there and getting a push? How concerned are you?
Saves us a caution later on for it to happen under an already existing caution.
Well, here's my biggest concern right now. The good thing about road course racing, we can do quickie yellows, one opportunity to pit. The bad news is, as the field splits, you can't necessarily go off your timing and scoring what's in front of you of your position. You've literally got to count cars as they come by you in turns 1 and 2. Then, as we get 1 to go in turn 5, you got to relay that information over to your turn 9 spotter to make sure he does an accurate count for the choose. We do not want to give up a spot for the choose. You know, talking about A.J. Allmendinger, he's already buried. The last thing he wants to do is give up a row on the choose because his spotter counted wrong. So my job right here from the primary stand is to make sure I get my count right, and then on top of that, relaying that to my secondary spotter to make sure he can do the choose correctly.
Oh, that makes me really nervous. There's a lot going on while I'm just right under caution here. And not to mention, what if a car has a penalty?
Almirola has been quiet. Of course, if this was NASCAR Heat 5, Eric Almirola would have a 10-second lead in every road course race.
Everyone watching, the fans,
especially if it was Sonoma.
The driver that really makes the call, right? I mean, they may have an idea of what they want to be. Like, I want to be on the shortest lane, or I want to be maybe in the preferred lane, and I'm willing to give up a row to do that. But the driver can't see all the way to the front and be able to count how many cars are in each lane so he chooses the right one. He relies on the spotter a lot. And the spotter's information this week is not off of timing and scoring. It's off of the human element of counting as they pull to the choose right here.
You give the 1 to go at turn 11 here at COTA, and then the choose, you see it right there, between 11 and 12.
So inside's generally the preferred lane here at COTA, although I say that, and Ty Gibbs picks outside from the 3rd position.
That's interesting, isn't it?
I didn't see that one coming.
I'm so glad they're doing quicker cautions on top of no stage cautions. Like, thank you, God.
So let's talk about, Joey, real quick for fans. Why do we do this?
I like how they go out of their way to do quicker cautions on road courses, but Atlanta last week, they took their sweet fucking time with every single one in trucks and Xfinity.
It comes down to luck. I want to be in control of every situation that we can be. And when we were racing in the past, before the choose rule, it was, 3rd place was on the inside, 4th place here, right? And then just get all the way back. Now you have the opportunity to pick where you want to be. And is no luck that's involved with that. It's all your choices, your decisions, and there's no excuses, right? And it definitely eliminates the excuse of, I just can't forward non-preferred lane restarts. Well, now that's up to you, bud. And I like that. I love that we have this at every racetrack now.
First time that we've done it on a road course this weekend. Sheldon Creed
You've said that 1,000 times. It's the first time we've done choose rule on a road course. Who gives a shit?
Weekend all the way around for your points leader of Austin Hill. He had issues in practice with rear grip, and then today more problems getting from first to second gear. And then after that, he said it felt like the car was cutting on and off on him, and then he had to retire. Felt like he was going to blow up. Retired with a motor issue, so a tough break all around for Austin Hill.
And that probably came from missing so many gears. Yeah. It probably did some damage to the engine as he's missing gears and over revving the engine. And then it's just one thing after another, unfortunately.
Tough day. He's had a great season so far, though, so nothing to be ashamed of here.
I can't wait to watch A.J. Allmendinger here. And how, we talked about it in the open. The balance of patience and aggression. We're going to find a lot of that out from AJ right here, huh?
AJ doesn't have a balance.
I was going to say, his meter's broke.
I got to be honest, my eyes are on the 19 car. I think we've seen the lead get taken from the 4th place on the start. He must be, he's got something on his mind here.
7-0 starting.
All right, Creed, Byron, Allgaier, and Ty Gibbs.
Came from the rear at the beginning of today's race. Sheldon Creed gets us back under the green flag. About a third of the way through our second stage.
I can't believe every time they go to turn 1, it's not a total disaster. Oh, yeah, that's a disaster for a couple of guys. And that was AJ. Almirola, AJ. I think AJ kind of caused that. If my eyes didn't trick me, that was AJ's fault. And Chris Rice is pissed off, but
this is just part of the deal. This is what happens. This is why Fox Busch drivers.
I didn't like the strategy call. It bit him, and then AJ made a boneheaded move. It appears. Maybe I'm wrong.
I will say, day not over yet.
Long way to go.
He still has 27 laps to go.
And you could flip this strategy back the other way if the cautions work out for you. And yeah, his car's fine.
But his race is certainly not over, and he's still got a shot at winning.
And up front, it's Creed, Allgaier, and Byron. Gibbs didn't have the good restart that Brad anticipated. Custer's passing Sammy Smith for 4th, trying to.
You can change some things in your strategy a little bit. Now you don't have those planned cautions. It's more just old school, gotta be fast to get through. And he has a fast car. Now he's got to come all the way back. He's already 30th, 14 seconds back on the first lap after a restart.
Allgaier's quietly a pretty solid road racer, too. Custer is getting the back bumper. His car beat off by Ty Gibbs. Hey, let's go radio Chris Ross and see how he's doing right now. Wouldn't it be fun if I thought, hey, guys, go talk to Chris Ross on his radio. Like he did earlier when he was all happy and shit.
Relay that to the pit box and let the crew chief make a decision to come to pit road before it closes. That could be your game changer. I know that's one thing we've really focused on this week.
Brandon Jones is a flat left front.
Pay attention. If you think it's going to be a caution, let us know as quick as you can.
He's going to have to try to get to pit road.
Had a tire down, looked like there was some contact.
Still got a ways to go to get to pit road. William Byron, 2nd place.
Sounds like the crew chief wanted him to pick the outside.
Or the inside. Chris Rice?
That was Chris Rice, I think.
I think so. And right, I mean, the outside presents a lot of opportunity to gain a lot of spots. It also puts you in the very vulnerable position, right? When this car is inside of you, you're at their mercy. And then when one of them is driving in the corner too hard and washes up or whatever.
Oh, the 9 car's shredded. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's going to be a full course caution. Caution's out for the 9. The right front went down, and it finally just completely came apart and shredded the left front. The left front went down, not the right front. Excuse me. I'm tired. Why do they have the wrong number graphic for Brandon Jones? That's not the Junior Motorsports 9.
Yeah, it's not from being slow.
Lazy bastards.
It's just things have been happening week after week. It's almost like
Hemrick's on pit road.
If you're that driver.
Hemrick was on pit road. This might work out.
Position to make the pit stop and get on under the yellow before pit road closed. I find it hard to believe that it's coincidental that he's making this pit stop. And we saw the 9 having problems, so maybe they played that game.
So AJ
Here's
did
what happened
cause
with AJ.
this. I'm pretty sure. A little bit. But Parker went under him, and AJ went to give him room and cut across Joe Graff and spun
He's
Almirola.
just wrong place. Like once Almirola got underneath him into the braking zone.
Yeah, we see Almirola. Wow, they're 5-6 wide. Oh boy, you see the 8 car getting spun. He spins into the 08.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another car spinning out here. Looks like the 43 maybe.
Yeah, Ryan Ellis. I think that's the radio communication that we were hearing a minute ago from Chris Rice. This is the Celsius onboard.
Poor Josh Berry's just been a pinball today in turn 1.
And he had to stop the car because if he didn't stop, he was going to drive to the front end of Eric Almirola.
By the way, some of that, like AJ was being pretty cautious.
Yes.
That's what allowed Almirola to get underneath him. Or not, sorry, not Almirola. It was
Parker Kligerman
to get underneath him. And that's what put him in the bad spot, not on the absolute bottom when he got to the curb.
Yeah, you could almost argue he was too cautious trying to take care of the front end.
Right?
Yeah, his mistake was being a little too cautious, and Brandon Jones is having a horrible year.
Brandon Jones car, and we did
Welcome to the 2023 Junior Motorsports Experience.
We did get a report that Daniel Hemrick thought he had a tire going down. That's the reason they pitted. I thought maybe that was that classic road course strategy call. You see a driver having problems, you can get onto pit road before the pit lane closes, because pit road immediately closes once the caution comes out. But if you can pit under yellow and get in before things close up, then that can be a huge advantage when it comes to flipping things and gaining some track position.
Well, this will be interesting, this yellow, to see who pits, who doesn't. We haven't ran a lot of laps, but the way this race is going right now, there's a chance that you could pit here and make it to the end. If cautions break cautions, if we keep getting yellows, this would be a potential window to run out the race.
Someone to keep an eye on. You guys mentioned Parker Kligerman on that last restart. He's 12th right now. But remember, he ran it a little bit longer. Pitted at lap 16. All these guys in front of him pitted at lap 8. So his tire's quite a bit fresher. And really, when you consider the cautions here, not a lot of green flag laps on those tires. So I would anticipate the 48 could be really quick. And everybody says we're going to stay on track.
Everybody's staying out again.
Halfway through stage 2 here at Circuit of the Americas.
When I come around. AJ looks like he needs to pit. Oh, he might as well. He's all the way at the back anyway. At least improve your fuel mileage situation if that helps later. It's commercial. I need to chill my bed for a minute. I'm tired. Did anybody see the graphic they put up earlier? Carson Hocevar, first Xfinity start. Favorite food, chicken fajitas. Favorite karaoke song, Sweet Caroline. Dream Vacation, Paris. Starting 17th. Who gives a fuck? Fox. Nobody cares. so glad to know that Carson Hocevar likes to sing Sweet Caroline and loves chicken fajitas. It's very relevant information. Oh, Fox Sports. We wouldn't know these things without you.
In just 3 weeks, real football for real fans is back. The 2023 USFL season opening kickoff weekend starts the new season on April 15th and 16th on Fox, NBC, and FS1. You know, if you pay your taxes on April 15th, it feels like you're getting hit in a football game. So it's fitting the USFL is back on April 15th. Our friends are here.
Oh my God, they're waving. They're on TV. Stop waving, Jesus Christ.
I think there's some relation to the broadcast. Samantha and friends hanging out at COTA.
Nobody cares.
That's how we should do our booth on cameras, you know? Just the classic wave and smile. Joey, you can get away with that. Brad and I, not so much.
Nobody pitted under that caution either. Up in the top 15 or top 20 anyway.
Laps complete, going to lap 22. Sheldon Creed has taken control, and it really came back.
Without AJ being a factor, this race is wide open, I think.
He got control of the race, but I gotta tell you, I think
Creed, Byron, Allgaier, Smith, Custer, Gibbs. Race is wide open now. Unless AJ somehow finds a way back into this.
Not this caution, the caution right before is a longer run. William Byron almost ran down Sheldon Creed, so definitely has a faster car.
Our Toyota GR Super Pace car. Going to pull to the pit lane and turn the field over to Sheldon Creed and William Byron. A couple of NASCAR champions on the front row. Creed got it done in trucks. Byron right here in the Xfinity Series 2017.
Last restart, we saw Sheldon Creed get that really great launch here. See if he can do it again, Joey.
Michael, I guess I should be pulling for your bet. God's favorite race car driver ain't getting it done today. A lot of tire smoke going up the hill. Josh Berry, for the first time today, makes it through turn 1 on a restart unmolested.
What happens in turn 1 here?
These camera shots from our Fox crew are amazing. I love these views.
Don't put over their camera shots when they miss a million things.
How challenging and technical it is just to make a lap here, let alone with all these cars around you.
And let me say, if you've ever been here, look up from the front straightaway to the top of the hill. It looks like a ski slope. I mean, 130 feet of elevation change from the start-finish line all the way up to the top of the hill in turn 1.
Sheldon got a little loose out of that corner on turn 8.
Yeah, he's going to start feeling the pressure here from William Byron. We talked about how fast this car was. Compared to Creed's, he's going to apply the pressure quick, right? You want to make the move as quickly as you can before somebody gets gone or another caution happens.
AJ Allmendinger update. He was back outside the top 30.
AJ's 19th. Had a much better first lap after this caution. Maybe this caution was the best thing to happen. Ooh, AJ. Are they going to penalize AJ?
See, AJ is below that curve.
Or are they going to say Josh Berry put him there? But it looks to me like AJ.
So I don't know how NASCAR calls that one.
I don't know if Josh knew he was there.
Oh.
Yeah, he definitely didn't know he was there.
That's some
That time Josh Berry did the pinballing.
We
got a little help from Riley Herbst maybe? No, he just turned like AJ wasn't even there.
Is it going to be as fast now?
Oh, and Herbst got spun after that. We didn't see that. Byron all over Creed.
Stock car racing on a road course is it's aggressive. And it's very
Byron is slowly becoming the favorite now to win this race. I said the race is wide open. It's looking like Byron might be the favorite now.
Tomorrow you got Jensen Button. You got a lot of these guys that have raced F1, and something I've heard in all their interviews so far is these restarts and the contact of all the videos they're watching to prepare. Like they're so aggressive towards each other and push each other. Like, yeah, welcome to NASCAR, buddy. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough one tomorrow for sure for everybody. There's always gonna be contact with these big, heavy stock cars.
From the back to the front, Allgaier inside the top 5 just got passed by Cole Custer. Both of these drivers coming from the rear. And maybe we shouldn't be surprised on Custer. 1 year ago in this race, penalized for speeding, lap 20.
AJ's 14th. He's gained 5 more spots since the contact with Josh Berry.
Ryan Sieg penalized earlier for cutting the course. Racing with Miguel Paludo. That's Connor Mozak in the 24. Haven't called his name, and right behind him, Allmendinger. He's up to 14.
Connor's ran a really nice, smooth race. Been watching him a little bit. I'm impressed.
Graduate of High Point University. Majored in entrepreneurship, and man, he's a bright kid and got into racing.
He's an entrepreneur.
Road racer and feeling right at home here today in the 24 for Sam Hunt Racing. And there's his
You hear that? He's a real entrepreneur.
double duty today, running both.
What's his favorite food? I'm dying to know.
He just got a twofer right there. He got 2 of them in a braking zone. This is where you're going to see AJ Allmendinger shine even more. Right now he's back there. Yes, he has new tires, but what I talked about earlier that makes a great road racer, not just speed, it's the raceability that they bring to the table. How they're able to go through the field so quickly. And the other thing that's helping him right now is his reputation, right? When there's a driver behind you that's really, really good, you know, it's AJ Allmendinger. He's going to get by.
Whoa, they cut away from that.
People aren't really even putting up a fight.
Did you see Parker drive up the ass of Ty Gibbs and they cut away from it? Now we got a battle for the lead. At least they're catching that. I'll cut the fox for the great camera right there. Shut up. Oh, William Byron going to stink up the Xfinity Series like he's been stinking up the Cup Series. Ah, he goes wide. Creed's got a shot to get it back. Creed takes it back. Now 17's going to try to cross him over, but it fails. What a move by Creed. Allmendinger's 12th.
For the driver out of California, who is being raced by a Cup superstar, and he's able to put him back behind him. And
Here comes Sammy Smith diving in there on William Byron. Look out.
What a save there. You seen him wheel hopping down into the corner there. You knew that was going to be big.
And a little front lockup. You saw a little puff of smoke. And I'll tell you what, Sammy Smith has done an incredible job here today.
He had never been here before this weekend. Never seen this racetrack. And here he is. Starts on the front row.
Running that protection for a lead here in 3rd place.
Running with the guy that just put on the pole in the Cup race today.
Hey, and all of these drivers racing up front in those top 3 positions, that's allowed Cole Custer to reel in the top spot. He's right in it.
I love the fight that Sheldon Creed has right now. He realizes this clean air is worth a lot. And not only if he loses this spot, there's 3 others sitting back there, at least 2, that are going to try to pounce on this. So he needs to fight as hard as he can to
I thought Byron was going to get that lead and take off. He blew one corner now. He's still stuck behind Creed. Custer's closing out on this battle. He got around Allgaier.
From the 2 to the 17. That's like, can I outbreak him from this far back? Like, it's a couple car lengths. It's going to be tough. Is it worth the shot here? William Byron thinking about it. It's going to show his nose. Not going to be enough.
Just enough to make Sammy Smith think twice about doing that move to him.
Right. It's almost like a defensive play. And then there's another great passing zone. As you get through these next 2 corners, it's going to open up into the braking zone. He's really close to it. He's probably going to try to turn underneath him here.
Oh, he is.
There's Byron. Ooh. Custer kind of... Not Custer. Creed kind of chopped him. I see Custer pulling up on him. That's why I said Custer. It's about to be a 4-car battle.
William going to have to use his race car a lot to get around him. You're going to have to get physical. You're going to have to use some tire up to get around Sheldon Creed right now.
And all this again, bringing Cole Custer in a little bit closer. Justin Allgaier driving up. All because Sheldon is playing defense, which he needs to. But he's running slower doing that. And it's bringing the whole field together.
Yep, Creed is a speed bump right now. It's bringing this top 5 right on top of each other.
Yeah, that might make him close enough to try to outbreak him down into turn 1 here.
Everyone in the top 5 running for the championship in this series. Except
Will the Cup race be this compelling tomorrow? Last year, COTA was by far the best Cup road race. Second would be Watkins Glen, 3rd Indy, because it was a mess, and then 4th Road America, and then Sonoma and the Roval were terrible.
You got the wrong team up here for that. I mean, if I'm William Byron, I'm here for a trophy and nothing else.
Exactly. You're going racing. It's time to win. You know, William's a very respectful race car driver, and you see that being shown right now. And he can afford to be patient right now, right? He can afford.
Allmendinger's 9th.
Absolutely crazy, but it's the time's starting.
Not done yet.
Like I gotta go.
Byron sliding the rear tires coming out of that corner that time.
Give you will receive
Yes.
William Byron.
That's NASCAR racing.
Parker Kligerman is up 6-5.
Custer looking underneath Sammy Smith because Sammy's held up by Byron and Creed.
What about that Kligerman?
Got to get going, Byron.
Well, very fast with that car, and I mentioned earlier on that he did not have the problems with the front end bouncing around the way that it did in practice. Under that last yellow, though, he
This is the best thing that can happen to AJ. This is a ripple effect that goes all the way back through the top 10. How about Brett Moffitt, 8th? Not for long, though, because AJ's making a charge.
Parker is in that car. They felt like he would be very quick at those tracks all year long, as he has been. He's shown it today.
5 to go on the stage. He's running down that lead group. Keep in mind, he's on fresher tires, is the 48 of Parker Kligerman.
They're all getting ready to race each other, I can tell you that. Yeah, that's pretty hard.
AJ's up to 8th.
None of them have any idea how to pass at all, other than run into the guy in front of you.
All guys are throwing shade at the top 5 in front of him, saying they don't know how to pass other than just run into each other.
AJ Allmendinger. I mean, it's incredible the rally he's been able to put on.
26th, just a few laps ago.
Creed is hurting this entire field. It's just letting AJ get back in this, even without cautions. Without cautions, AJ can still win this race. Oh, Custer door slams the 18. Custer's not going to be as patient as the 17 or the 18, obviously. Here's Byron to turn 1. Can he make the pass now?
I think he's got him here, Joey. Oh, it's going to be tight here in turn 2.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to hang on the outside here.
Oh, he gets loose. He keeps
Loose, man. You could hear the tires squealing. Oh! They made contact. God. And the 2 cut the track. The 2 cut the S's. Michael, I'm sorry. And Byron finally clears him. Jesus Christ. No, he doesn't. He goes wide. Unless the 2 get back to him. Cross him over. Tries to put the bumper to him. Has his right sides in the dirt. Now Byron gets a little separation. And the 18's passing this 00 on the outside. This is wild. 4 cars under a blanket for 3rd, 4th, 5th. Custer comes out on top. Kligerman, Allgaier, Herbst, and now AJ's right there. The 27's got a problem. Poor Jeb Burton, he was having a pretty good race. He's 11th. I don't know if he just overcooked the corner and was smoking the tires, or if he has another problem. AJ picked up 2 seconds in the last lap. And the 2 puts the bumper to the 17. Just a little tap. AJ does have a lot of damage, but look how good he's driving.
And now Kligerman is there.
Yeah, don't write him off.
Kligerman sends it in on the 18. And to the bumper of Custer, just misses him.
It should be. I mean, he's got a good.
And we're not going to have a stupid stage caution and ruin this, guys. I look up and see 4 to go in stage 2, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be ruined. But no, we're staying green. Unless something happens. Oh, this is so much better than stage cautions, man. Kligerman's got a lot of laps on his tires. Hell, all these guys do, really.
Now watch Allmendinger get through this field here. He's going to be very strong.
AJ's to the inside of Gibbs coming down the front stretch. That big clusterfuck in front of him sorted itself out for now, but he gained a lot of time. Custer to the inside of Creed. This could be the next big mess right here. Through the S's. They didn't penalize Creed that last lap, even though he cut the S's. Full course caution. What happened? We got a caution with 3 to go. It's Moffitt. Moffitt blew up or something.
He's having a pretty good day.
This is the great equalizer right here. Everybody can make it from here on fuel.
We're in the window.
Wow. I hate that caution ruined that battle we were having there. It had kind of sorted itself out. Custer got into second. And, yeah, AJ's back in the race. He was already back in it without the yellow, but now this cements it. Get a good pit stop. Good restart. It's not over. That was amazing. They're being really nice about those S's, NASCAR, the way they're not officiating that. apologies. Byron, you dirty driver. I thought he showed great patience. It's Custer who's door slamming, guys. And we're back.
Texas Circuit of the Americas. Closing on the end of our second stage. Pit road is open, and we've got a number of cars coming down, Regan.
Well,
They might get this restarted with 1 to go in the stage before the points are given out.
That car's pretty good. He doesn't want to hurt any of his turn, though. Wants a little adjustment to get some rear grip with it. And the 17 of William Byron, his car has been loose the entire race. It got better on the last pit stop, but it was still loose when he got to that battle last time. Wants an adjustment for that, Josh.
This has definitely been the best Xfinity race at COTA.
Pushes the way he wants to, especially in turns 11 and 15, so they're going to get him an air pressure adjustment in addition to those tires and fuel. For 18 of Sammy Smith, same issue. Doesn't have the lateral grip he wants, so they're going to try and help him out as well.
And it's Creed, Custer, Sammy Smith, and A.J. Allmendinger fourth. I don't know if anybody stayed out or not. William Byron lost a lot of spots. He lost 5 spots.
John Hunter Nemechek in the top 5 coming off pit road. But hey,
I'll be right back. Really enjoying this race, but I'm so close to being able to take my nap soon. Thank God. You got Byron, Creed, Gibbs, Almirola, Alfredo, and Weatherman. Weatherman, that's an interesting pick for that lineup. Had a few stay out. We're going to have a one-lap sprint for stage points. Kligerman, Almirola, Sieg, Jeb Burton. I think Josh Berry's up there. Everybody who just pitted can make it, though.
Well, you went from chilled out to really angry really quickly. And rightfully so, a lot of crazy things happening. You guys have a fast car. It seems like it is the 10 car versus the field, and everyone's willing to do something different to try to trap you guys back in the pack. Now you're back on equal strategy to the cars that are around you. You got a little bit more damage to the car, though. What are you thinking now?
Well, yeah, we do feel a little bit better, but it's tore up on both sides. It's still fast. It's still AJ Allmendinger, right? And yes, that's my animation, and I think that's
AJ can make up for a lot into a corner and through the center despite the damage on that car.
to do what we do, and I think he's put on the show. I put on the show, so I feel like we're in good shape now on equal
All right,
strategy.
5 cars stayed out, so the battle's Creed, Custer, Smith, and Allmendinger just behind this front group. Let's see who wants to be more aggressive through this crowd here. Oh boy, 4 wide for third, and we'll see on the other side. Custer and Creed look like they're going to come out of this pretty well. Oh! Kligerman had a moment there. I thought Sieg was going to get punted. Oh, Custer got turned. Custer into the kitty litter, into the tire wall just enough. And the rear tires might be stuck in the gravel. We'll see. Sieg, Almirola, Creed's third. So Creed came out of this on top, Michael. Lucky for you. Trying to hurry up and get by Almirola here before they throw the sport course shell. They'll probably let him race back to have a stage finish under green and then throw the caution if Custer's stuck. We can't see if he's stuck or not because Fox isn't showing us. AJ got shit on that restart. He was on the outside going to turn 1, and he's come out of this in 12th, way back there with Sammy Smith. And Sam Mayer just got spun. Now the Junior Motorsports cars, it's about time for them to start imploding.
Final lap, stage 2. Again, we will not throw the caution here for the lead. Sheldon Creed drives to the inside and around Ryan Sieg.
And there's really no fight that Ryan Sieg can put up with that. The 2 is proven to have a fast car, and he has a
AJ's recovered now.
And it's
up to 7th. 4 wide. Oh my God. Allgaier, Kligerman, Brennan Jones is in that. Allgaier got ran wide. Michael, good call on Creed. He's doing an amazing job. Caution's out now. I guess Custer never got moving. I thought they were going to let him race back to the line, but Custer's stuck. Left rear tires firmly in that gravel. Custer's had a bad year so far, too.
Unbelievable what's been happening to this team all year.
I don't see him doing anything wrong. I just see bad brakes, like you said, and you have to feel for Cole.
And right there, you're just sitting there in disbelief, you know. And he's been so fast every race.
They've had the speed. They just haven't had the results. And it's another day where they're not going to get a good result. Josh Berry, 3 wide through the middle. 4 wide, actually. I thought Custer was a goner here coming out of 1, but he stayed on track, and I'm like, oh, he's okay. He doesn't get spun until the S's. Creed wins the stage under caution. Had his cake and ate it, too.
And then it's like he missed a gear or he's having transmission issues and he lost a ton of track position because of it. Here's a double.
Did he get Josh buried? He sure did. Josh Berry just drove straight through Custer.
Looked like Josh couldn't get far enough to the left there for him, and you know there's got to be a little bit of give and take going in here too wide.
There he goes, sliding through the dirt.
That would have been a good hard hit.
What about the comeback for Josh Berry?
The gravel saved that race car.
Wrinkling up the hood.
He got a little bit of damage there.
First career stage victory. Ryan Sieg stage points. John Hunter Nemechek was third. A call to Josh Berry. Sammy Smith and Jeb Burton also get points.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis.
Well, man, Michael, everything's just going your way. Everything going your way. going to be a really dramatic finish, I think, although Creed has a huge advantage right now for the moment. Some of that's going to go away here. The 39's going to pit. The Almirola's going to pit. Barry's going to pit. So that'll close the gap a little more for A.J. Allmendinger and William Byron. But I don't know what strategy Nemechek's on. I didn't see what. I guess he pitted too with the other guys. He just had a good restart. Oh boy, Richmond's next week. That's I don't know if that's good. Can we take next week off? It's Richmond. WrestleMania's next week. I'm so excited for WrestleMania. I still got to watch SmackDown from Friday night. It's the most invested I've been in a WrestleMania in a while. I watched WrestleMania last year and loved every minute of it, but I was not invested in the build-up to it. This year I've been watching every week, so get ready for that big payoff next Saturday night and Sunday night. I think I'm going to stream it. Yeah, that Austin Hill going out had to be a game changer.
Under caution, fifth time today. Tell us what happened here, fellas.
Yeah, right here. You
Wow,
see the 17 getting a run down into the corner, 3 wide underneath Josh Berry. This is why we thought Josh Berry didn't go far enough to the left. He couldn't. He had the 17 underneath him there, and that's where they ran out of real estate. And unfortunately, Cole Custer was on the receiving end of, to me, just looked like racing.
Props to our camera team, producers.
He got Josh
Berry.
buried.
To give context, and that's important.
My berries.
See that and get lost. So it's good to see the real view.
48 making a pit stop, Regan.
Well, Adam, things going from really bad to worse right now for Parker Kligerman. Of course, they stayed out to try and get those stage points. That didn't work out for him, and now he is having trouble with second gear.
They killed Kligerman's race.
Right now, so not the way that they wanted this day to go at the end, as it was pretty quick earlier.
Yeah, this is a team car to the Austin Hill team, and they had the same issue, Joey, with the transmission, where they couldn't get it to go to second gear, and it ultimately
Custer rolling again. Looks like his car's fine. Just he's not going to be a factor in this race.
Which helps a little bit, right? I mean, that's one thing you always want to do is pick up some stage points. So if you do have a problem, you have that to fall back on, salvage today a little bit. And then the 00 made the pit stop. They are 1 lap down after
Jeb Burton, top 10.
15 to go. We've reached the final
Is this
stage.
Jeb Burton's best non-super speedway race in his Xfinity Series career?
That we really just haven't talked about today, and he's second, right when you need to be in a good position. But really across the board, awesome day for Toyota. All 3 Gibbs cars in the top 8. And give a call to Sam Hunt Racing. Kaz Gralla doing double duty today. Drove for Tricon in the Craftsman Truck Series race earlier. He's in the top 15, and so is Connor Mozak. As we do the
Kligerman's had a shitty day. I bet on him in trucks. He was running top 5. Ship broke. Gets put on the dumbest strategy possible here by his crew chief.
It doesn't look like
He did get a lot of stage points at stage 1. Maybe he can salvage a decent points day out of it. His points are going to be very important to them as we go along here.
Oh, there's a lot there.
I don't know if that's giving up a row or that's just indecisive for some people. You know what I mean? Like,
See that kid sitting there? That's me right now. I'm trying to stay awake.
got some snacks. Wearing a Chase Elliott shirt. Chase Elliott is going to be a part of our cut broadcast.
Oh, I hear they're having Chase Elliott Zoom or Skype his way in during the race tomorrow. That's going to be an awkward clusterfuck knowing the way Fox does things.
Chase Elliott joining the program, stage 2, to update us on everything he's got going on. Hope to see him back at the track soon. He won.
Hope Chase doesn't want Micah Parsons did Skip and Shannon just not show up.
2 years ago on the Cup side. And where did this come from? Brandon Jones.
Look at that fucking left front on Brandon Jones' car.
Top 10. He's going to restart here in the top 10. That's incredible, isn't it?
Nice rebound.
Definitely fighting a lot of strategy, interesting things going on, but you know what? That's perseverance, right? Just keep fighting through it. You never know what can happen in these long races. You got to just keep going, and I got a feeling we're not done seeing contact. 15 to go.
There are going to be a lot more cautions here. I don't think this is going to play out like the truck race, peaceful, you know. A lot of guys think they can win this race in that top 10. Over half that top 10's like, oh, I can win this. Trucks, we knew it was a 3-truck race. And when the 2 of the 3 trucks fell out, it was clear Zane Smith was going to drive away.
What that was interesting on the choose is William Byron showed 5th entering it, and he's on the outside lane.
The best thing Brandon Jones has going for him is that there's a lot of cars out of this race. So, and he's still running. One way or another, he's still running. 14 to go. Could be a long 14 laps. God help us. Creed with a great restart. He's got Almirola behind him, and Almirola getting really defensive here. Oh, Almirola was not going to let Allmendinger get to his inside. Now he ain't got a choice. What a launch off the corner by AJ. AJ's to second. Wow, the way he rolled that corner. I thought Almirola took it away from him entirely. Man, AJ's the man. Keep that parlay alive for me, AJ.
And this is where it's going to get interesting to watch AJ Allmendinger go against Sheldon Creed. We saw Sheldon Creed be ultra aggressive playing defense to try to maintain that lead. Now you have an aggressive...
William Byron's 4th. We cannot overlook John Hunter Nemechek.
Let's see how this plays out.
And he's had a frustrating day.
Yes, on top of it all.
I don't think he's going to show any mercy here.
Here comes Byron.
William Byron looking for a spot.
Takes it pretty easily from John Hunter. I still don't know how Almirola's up here. Almirola's just staying out to see if he can catch a caution halfway through this run, because that'll drag everybody to pit road and he would still be in the top 10. That's obviously what Almirola's strategy is.
Sometimes you might play that game just to get them thinking and overrun the corner, which you see, it worked. Sheldon Creed overrunning turn 12 a little bit.
This is one of the corners that we've heard Sheldon and his team talk about. They've been struggling with this turn 11, 12 combination right here.
AJ's to the bumper of the 2. Long way to go. Oh, AJ schooled him going into that corner. Oh, the 2 kind of pinched him. And here comes Byron. AJ's got to make this pass really quickly, or Byron's going to pass him and then Creed and take off. And I think Byron's car is obviously in a lot better shape than AJ's car is.
Looked a lot like that, didn't it?
Allmendinger had a front row seat for
Oh, AJ! Overdrove the corner and spun the 2. Damn, AJ. And here comes Byron. Instant karma for AJ here if Byron takes it. Damn, Byron ran him to the grass. My parlay just wrecked Michael's pick. Turn 1, here we go. Allmendinger's going to play for the crossover. Gets there. Ooh, Byron runs him wide again. Now AJ goes back to his inside. Byron got loose into the S's. We've seen that happen. That's been a weak spot for Byron today. Loose into those S's. We've seen it a couple of times. And AJ's got the lead back. And AJ overdrives the corner. Hard on the brake. Ooh. Thought the 17 was hitting him.
I ask you guys, how does William Byron race the series regulars?
Allmendinger Cup guy, full-time Cup driver, spins a series regular who's desperately in need of a good run or a win. Hell, fuck a top 5, a win. And AJ just said, here you go. Just drove straight through him.
Let's go back to that.
Oh, well, anyway.
We saw the 2 get punted.
See, this is why I didn't get mad at Ross for plowing into AJ last year.
Looks like AJ.
Because AJ, if you remember, he hit Ross, didn't really wreck him, but he roughed him up and knocked him out of the way. AJ drives over his head sometimes. So when Ross did it to him, I didn't even shrug. I didn't think anything of it. So, AJ, way to validate my feelings from last year.
Into that corner.
There's the onboard of when he hit the 2. Kerthunk.
Not as dramatic on the steering wheel as I thought it might be.
Yeah, that's just a tough situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's an aggressive race car driver, right? And AJ, he's really, like I said, he's really good. But when you're very aggressive, this is coming from
Creed is 21st.
Sometimes you just go a little bit
I think
too
Creed
far,
can
and you're like,
pick
"Oh,
up a lot of spots, but
you can't."
he'll
And
need
it's
a
like,
caution
"Oh,"
and
it's
a
like,
lot
the last thing
more.
to do is wreck somebody. But
Josh
you
Berry
gotta
on the
have
same
some
strategy as
control.
Almirola, just trying to stay out here, catch a caution, drag everybody to pit road late.
You tag somebody,
And I don't think AJ did that on purpose.
What a run for Berry, all things considered.
He was just trying to fill the spot.
By the way, Creed back in the 21st.
And the race for the win's not over. It's Byron versus
Pretty
Allmendinger.
safe for him as we go to our Toyota onboard camera. Ty Gibbs fifth.
I think Creed's view of that might be a little bit different than ours here.
well, yeah, I mean, he got,
If you were Creed, would you punch AJ Allmendinger after this race?
He should be, you know, in AJ's eyes.
I'd have to consider it.
And Byron right behind him. He has an opportunity to make the pass. He feels like he's got to take the move, and he's got a little too far.
Absolutely.
We got 12 laps to go. We're going side by side. It's Allmendinger, Byron, and then a train of
What a race. Byron is definitely there enough to make AJ sweat this out. We're going to learn a lot about AJ Allmendinger's defensive driving skills here over the next 12 laps. Goddamn Cup drivers. Oh, Byron might get it right here. Byron was not worth betting on today at his odds. Takes the lead unless AJ does the same thing to him that he did to Creed. Boy, 17 went really wide there. It let AJ have a chance to get this back, and he takes it back. AJ smoking the left front there into the corner, but Byron seems to he gets a little looser off than AJ does. I think that hurt him. You see it there, the ass end wants to come around a little bit. That was a great camera shot actually to see that. A little looser off the corner than AJ. Plug my phone up. Oh, never mind. My phone's doing the thing again where it doesn't want to charge. There it goes. She's charging now. And Byron making another run at AJ. Got so much time left. 11 laps is an eternity. It's another half hour, basically.
Away side by side. This race at the front's been really fun.
Yeah, it looks to me like William Byron's car is maybe just a little bit faster.
It's faster, but it's looser off.
Everything he can to hold him off.
Brakes are going away, and then that's really what's
AJ said his brakes are going away.
to be right up on him. And I also see William
I imagine all the work AJ's had to do today.
is that Willie B is able to get through
Whew.
the turning sections of the racetrack. The S's, the slower part of the S's, the slower part of the stadium section that they're going through right now. That's where you see William be able to really close the gap to AJ. and keep applying that pressure. And it's making AJ drive his car really hard. You see him sideways. You see him smoking the tires.
3 Gibbs cars that'll hopefully wreck each other. Wouldn't that be funny? The 18, the 20, and the 19.
All the Gibbs cars together. Look at this. 3, 4,
2 Junior Motorsports cars in the top 10, and another one's just outside the top 10 and 12. How long until they completely collapse?
Sammy Smith, right? I mean, just delivers each and every week.
This is amazing. First time here.
Shout out to Alex LeBay filling in for Josh Williams. Doing a pretty decent job, I think.
2 wins for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Knocking on the door of the top 15.
Sammy Smith at Phoenix. John Hunter Nemechek got it done in California. Then we go to Richmond next Saturday, where they were 1-2 a season ago. Nemechek and Ty Gibbs.
Nemechek with a sweet crossover right there, trying to run the outside. As it go too wide, he's going to give it to Gibbs going into the S's there. Like I said, hard to go too wide into there. Kind of need all the racetrack you can get.
Well, Coleman, 10 laps to go. And we predicted when we got this last restart that the cautions weren't done. And if we get another one,
I don't know how Brennan Jones is. Well, he's 13th now. He got passed by Riley Herbst.
I think you can see Dallas-Fort Worth. I mean, you have a spectacular view.
This is the best seat in the house. It's incredible. I've always wanted to come up here and check out a race from this view. You can see it all. You can see it take place. You can see it take place from another braking zone, not necessarily listening to your other spotter paint the picture. One thing I want to talk about here, the other spotters can't see everything. I know last night me and Joey went for a run. Joey looked at each angle of the spotter stand. Talk about how William Byron could maybe use that to his advantage of what you've seen last night and catch it.
Can't lose sight of this battle for the lead. AJ's put together a good lap. There's a couple of car links now between AJ and Byron, but I don't think that's going to last. I think it's going to be like a yo-yo for a little while. Depends on how aggressive William Byron wants to be and how patient he is.
Talk about a really cool feature here at COTA. That big tower up there, it has a glass floor. You can look at the cars got right underneath you, especially right there underneath the carousel. You see the glass floor up there. I don't feel comfortable being up there. I know that.
Better you than me, Coleman. Thank you for the insights.
250.
I'd like to go up in that tower, watch a race up there. Wouldn't that be cool?
On the run, how did that go? How many miles last night for you and Coleman?
We put in just over 3.
That's good.
Checked out the track, and we jogged it. Well, we walked the track earlier in the day, and Brad, you were out there too. And we got stuck in the pouring rain all the way as far out as we can get, and we were soaked all the way back. But last night was much more enjoyable.
Hey, this is our Monster Energy onboard camera. Riley Herbst trying to make a comeback. He's 12th right now. I mean, you look at the number, starts 12th, gets up to 3rd, and then got spun around, and he's come back from disappointment, just like Brandon Jones. We've talked about his issues, tore that fender off, was 33rd at one time, and now top 15.
You heard that popping noise right there at the end of the straight, the rev limiter kicking in. You hear that a lot on the road courses. Drivers want to use all the RPM range they can use to make maximum lap time, and the engine has...
You know what the Cup cars need? More RPMs.
Keep them going too fast.
Now that you mention it.
Pardon me, Brett Sam Mayer had a spin. He, too, has been able to bounce back from disappointment.
He's ran some fast laps. I've been watching him. His last lap was a 217 flat. Our leaders right now, for perspective, are running 215.5.
And Brandon Jones looking good all of a sudden, trying to make a pass here on Kaz Gralla and Sam Mayer.
Driving away significantly faster than everybody else with William Byron and AJ Allmendinger.
Mayer looks really good.
Yes, Sam Mayer's bounced back from getting spun. He's top 10. Brandon Jones right behind him. It's calmed down at the front for now. The gap's been the same for the last lap and a half, AJ to Byron. AJ's lead's getting bigger. It's almost to a second. Now Byron's closed it up again. It's like at this end of the racetrack, he gets closer than he does down at the other end. They're coming onto that long backstretch now. And Byron's in his tire tracks.
Comebacks have been the theme of the day. Several drivers have been dealt.
AJ had like 0.8 of a second, and now it's back to 0.3.
In a good spot with 8 laps to go. One of those, our race leader, AJ Allmendinger. You see the car, make tire marks on each side. We race on the short track.
What a race win diecast that would be. We're 7 laps away this time by from being able to pre-order that.
It's been through a lot of different things, and they still racing for the win up there. It's definitely been a great race for those guys.
Jeremy Clements almost hurt your fantasy lineup there. I thought he was going to take Alfredo out.
And that's one little mistake away from William being able to pounce. You see Parker Kligerman. It sounds like he's stuck in a higher gear than he wants to be. When he comes by here, we hear him just slow, stuck in maybe a higher gear. Regan?
Well, Joey, we'll check out Parker Kligerman, what's happening with him, but the 27 of Jeff Burton having a great day right now. Keep in mind, that is not a car that we typically expect, or driver that we typically expect to be up front, but that car in particular that he's driving for Jordan Anderson Racing, the exact same car that Myatt Snyder finished 6th 1 year ago here with, and he also finished 2nd in Portland in the Xfinity race last year. And the one car, Sam Mayer, right behind Jeff Burton, also having a very good day. That car has actually got a different crew chief this weekend. That is not Marty Lindley on the box. Marty Lindley home sick. That is Andrew Overstreet stepping in for him and doing a nice job in a fill and roll.
We wish Marty well. And going back to the 27 of Jeff Burton, Regan mentioned he's driving for Jordan Anderson. That team made their first ever start right here at this racetrack 2 years ago. He started up 2000.
AJ's lead's back up to almost a second again.
They didn't get in the show. They had no points. And we didn't qualify after that. So they basically were left out in the cold. But you finally got a chance to put it in the show here. They did with Tyler Reddick. Had a good finish. He's built that organization now into a 2-car team. And Jeff Burton having a great ride here today. As Regan pointed out, he's inside the top 10. Good job by him.
I can tell you one thing. These 2 drivers right here on your screen, when they get out of the car, they are going to be exhausted. They are running at 100% all they got, right? They're not saving anything. You see the cars sideways.
They got 8 seconds back to 3rd place.
Unbelievably for a long, long time because they can't afford to make a mistake right now.
And the cars are getting easier to make a mistake on, right? The tires are falling off. You can hear them sliding. I can hear the audio.
AJ, I'm worried that AJ might spin himself out.
AJ's hands right now. A lot of counter steering where he's turning against the corner.
There's a lot of laps left. We're coming to 6 to go. That's still a lot.
More and more difficult to drive as the drivers are getting more and more tired.
It's a lot of turns.
And to Joey's point, this is when it's so easy to make a mistake.
Is this the most mentally exhausting type of racing? I mean, there's some element of that everywhere we go. But is it road racing that challenges you mentally the most?
I don't know about mentally. I mean, everything's a little bit different, right? You can argue that the super speedways mentally are very, very challenging because you have so many things going on around you. But physically, road courses are the most challenging. Your body's getting thrown around a lot. You're working the wheel. You're shifting, or you're not typically shifting that much on other racetracks. Yes, the focus is big, but the physical demand, cars are hot, it's grueling, you know, it's a lot for
For sure. Stock cars on a road course are super challenging because the environment is both temperature and you have to counter steer them so much. Most cars that you see on road courses, you don't have
Sammy
to
Smith
counter-steer,
almost spun out
whether
there.
you're a Cup car or an Xfinity or truck, NASCAR type.
These guys are right on the edge. That's why I'm worried about AJ.
Shelby Creed.
As long as Byron's close enough to pressure him, I'm worried about AJ, given the day he's had.
Ty Gibbs, the reigning champ.
AJ never makes it easy on himself, as good as he is.
And they're going to drag race all the way down this long straightaway. Now Gibbs is not the preferred lane here, but if he can kind of hang on the outside, he might be able to make this work.
Two of the youngest winners in series history.
Yeah, that's something the spotter said that I think is really good. He said he's clean. In other words, that if the 18 was going in there smoking tires, wheel hopping, everything, it gives Gibbs the opportunity to open up the wheel and not get hit.
Gibbs up to third. Coming back, be 5 laps remaining for AJ Allmendinger. We go side by side to break.
5 laps to go. 5 laps away from being able to take a nap. I'm tired. Fuck, I'm tired. Michael, what are you, Kyle Busch? You said NASCAR's going to create a caution? Don't sound like Kyle. God, they got 10 seconds over third place, which is my race bet, Ty Gibbs. So I was right on the money with the parlay and the race bet, first and third. Michael believes there'll be a caution. I'm not so sure. But you never know. Whoa, John Hunter Nemechek blew through that corner. And we're back.
Next Saturday on Fox, baseball.
Never mind, it's a baseball ad.
A huge doubleheader first. Brandon Crawford and the Giants battle Aaron Judge and the Yankees. Then Bryce Harper and the Phillies take on Corey Seager and the Rangers. It all begins next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern on Fox. By the way, a little trivia for you. Corey Seager, shortstop for the Rangers, went to high school, Northwest Cabarrus High School, and he was in high school with Bubba Wallace, who will drive the 23 tomorrow. There you go.
How about that?
Connection. Small world. Connect all the dots. Down to 4 laps remaining. And Allmendinger leads by just over a second in front of William Byron. Allgaier up in the top 5 now.
It was not a comfortable lead. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit better than what it was when William was breathing out his neck, but it's still one mistake away from him being right there.
I'm with Joey. I just keep waiting for AJ to fuck up once.
The last lap, when
AJ is awesome, but I think AJ is better when he's running someone down than he is leading or trying to hold off and win a race.
And you just see these cars
But he's
slide
muscling this car around here. He's just the brakes are kind of
And you look at
bad.
how precise, the two leaders are with hitting their marks and doing everything correctly. And if you just go a little
A lot of cars out here look like they've been at a short track. Oh, and Hemrick just spun John Hunter. John Hunter angrily gets back in the gas to drive away.
Looks like he's going to be able to get turned around. He gets stuck in the rocks here, which I think he's going to be okay.
John Hunter's running
Kicks up rocks and drives on.
And he was trying to finish in the top.
Way to go, Hemrick. That's Hemrick's new thing. Just run into people.
Yeah, don't look back, but that's Sheldon Creed in 10th.
Hell, he only lost 2 spots. Damn, Sheldon Creed's 10th.
Spin here, we saw just a little bit of
I see Nemechek get spin. I'm like, oh, he only lost 2 spots. And I look and I see Creed's passing him. They're trying to.
Nemechek didn't have rear grip before.
I'm glad Creed is at least going to salvage a top 10. I'm very happy about that.
The 11 car.
Although that's not going to win you any money, Michael, I know. And Creed is 9th. And getting a bumper from John Hunter.
How many times have we said that
I'm Creed. I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't the one that spun you.
Well, in fairness, John Hunter Nemechek, I'm sure he's not very happy with what just happened there. So, you get pushed around.
Sheldon didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm with Joey. Yeah, he didn't do it.
Sheldon got dumped earlier, too.
Yes.
Hey, man, it's not my fault.
Sometimes you just need to take that hanger out on somebody.
Hey, you know what? For Hemrick, I mean, aggressive or not.
3 to go. AJ and Byron working their way towards the S's.
I will say, though, if he had brought out the caution with that move, his
Oh, boy. The 39, I thought he was blowing up or something.
yeah,
Did he spin or did he blow up?
slow and something else that could produce a caution, huh?
Ooh, the drama.
See what happened here at the 39.
He spun. He just spun.
Yeah,
So,
okay, there you
Yeah.
go.
Looked like there was shit on the back of the 39, though.
He rights the ship.
Well, 360.
And we stay green. I would put it on my highlight reel. I'm not sure Ryan Sieg will, actually.
it's an easy place to get in trouble. And that just goes to show you why we keep talking about these leaders so much. It's just one mistake away, one little bobble here, and you can really find yourself in trouble. And one of the things I've noticed about AJ,
Well, Creed is going to finish 9th. He's not going to catch Mayer or Josh Berry. They're about 6 seconds ahead of him. Coming to 2 to go, but a good rally. When Creed spun, he ended up 22nd. When he got wrecked, he ended up 22nd. So he's gotten all he can get out of it.
You're willing to take the risk because right now you're just going to finish 2nd. So maybe you can send it in there a little bit harder. Maybe you lose a 2nd to AJ. Oh well, right? Like you're already back there. You need to try to find a little bit more. It doesn't matter how much you get beat by, right? So you might as well keep going a little bit harder, trying to get to that edge, which you might already be doing, I'm sure.
Well, you know what? Just watch the delta, because that margin is fluctuating, which would make you think that maybe he's pushing it. Occasionally it works, occasionally it doesn't. But it's a bit of a yo-yo going back and forth, the difference between 1st and 2nd here.
2 to go. Byron had a good lap that time. He cut the lead in half, but he did get loose off that last corner. And it shows. AJ kind of gapped him again. 2 to go.
This last lap here, these two drivers were within 2 or 3 tenths.
He's done such a good job at applying pressure to AJ that William has. He's staying right there, and if he can get a little bit closer, he can apply a little bit more pressure and get him to make a mistake. That's what William Byron's hoping for. And he's hoping that from one of the best, if not the best road racer we've seen in the sport. And that's asking a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to do that very easily, but if you can apply that pressure and get him driving a little bit harder too, that could be the difference for him.
And with 2 laps to go, if you're AJ, you want to maintain.
John Hunter pits. He must have a tire problem or something.
He's coming down pit road. You want to
He's pitting with 2 to go, so obviously.
AJ, but you also want to get back to that white flag and not have a caution and a restart and all.
Not going to be happy with Daniel Hemrick. Creed should definitely not be happy with AJ Allmendinger, especially if AJ holds on and wins this. Byron is so good until they get to the straightaway right
I
here.
don't think anybody in the field really wants to see that. We might, but I don't think anyone in the field does.
AJ does not. Nemechek had a flat tire. That's why he came down pit road. And something else to think about, this is a Dash for Cash qualifier. So top 4 series regulars here today running for $100,000 next Saturday in Richmond. And right now would be...
Oh, yeah, next week is a Dash for Cash race.
and Josh Berry, the eligible drivers, going for the bonus in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Guys, this is about to get good. William is there.
Damn, Byron heated it up this lap.
He made 2 or 3 tenths.
Once again, though, AJ's just a little better off the corner, but Byron can drive it deeper. AJ smoked the tires that time. Byron's got better brakes. Let's see if he can make that pay off here.
Boy, Byron is hustling that thing.
God, Byron drifting. He looked like he was drifting coming out of that corner.
Great shot of how hard your drivers will wake up.
AJ sawing the wheel, though, on exit. And Byron drives deep into this last corner, coming to 1 to go.
17, which we've seen all day long. His strength is down into the S's, especially the slower part of the S's.
1 to go. AJ glances up at the mirror, going to turn 1.
Is leading William Byron the advantage under a second.
Byron's got to make the most of where he's better than AJ. Into the corner. The S's have been a bit of a bad spot for him. And it shows there again. AJ kind of dusted him through the S's. But into this corner right here. Let's see what happens. Oh, Byron. Yeah, that was a race right there. Like I said, the S's were a bad spot for Byron all day. It cost him. He's going to have to work hard to try to get that back. But I don't think there's enough time for you, Byron. Ooh, damn. AJ looked like he was sideways. I'm kind of rooting for Byron to make a recovery here for this last half a lap and make it interesting. The S's were just not good to William Byron today.
He's pushing it really hard in an area where he knew he could get the S's there.
Through turn 11 for the final time. Now they make that long run, high speed down to turn 12.
While this is going on, Sam Mayer just got by Josh Berry for the 7th spot.
So that corner exit hurting Byron again. He messed up so bad coming to the last part of the S's.
Getting everything he can right now, right? He's trying to get through the stadium section here. Maybe he can force him into one more mistake. I don't think it's going to happen at this point. It's looking
It would be a mistake of Boris Sid, or it was Marcos Ambrose at Montreal level of mistake for AJ to not win now.
He's managed it quite nicely.
And these two have been the show today. 3rd place is so far back, over 12 seconds back. That just goes to show you how these two are the dominant cars of the day.
Turn 19.
One more corner and I can have a parlay going tomorrow. On top of a race bet.
Here comes AJ Allman.
And it's AJ off the final corner. He's going to hang on.
On the road.
The parlay lives until tomorrow.
Win again. It's Circuit of the Americas.
AJ wins it. He didn't need to spend Sheldon Creed, but he did. And he makes my parlay good for tomorrow.
16th career win for AJ Allmendinger.
One thing I love about AJ, maybe what I love the most about AJ, is his emotions and energy that he brings to the table.
Oh, yeah.
Real, raw emotion. Watch when he gets out of the car, how excited he is.
He got a
is
great
the
company
favorite.
record here. Jeff Burton here. So race is finishing in the back half of the field.
There's a problem. Did Jeb Burton get fucked out of his top 10? Or he wouldn't have been top 10. He was like 11th. Yeah, Jeb Burton got wrecked, and he's not going to get a good finish.
And maybe a moment of what might have been for William Byron.
You see, he's getting into the S's quick. He's got some dirty air in front of him. He's a little bit off of where he wants to be.
AJ was so close to cutting the S's. He was so close. That would have been a hell of a way to lose.
You're along for the ride on that.
I'm going to hang around for this post-race. I don't expect anything major to happen, but there was a lot of shit going on today. Alex LeBay finished 15th in the 92 car, filling in for Josh Williams.
And he's now won 6 of the last 8, and the dominance for Chevrolet on road courses continues in the Xfinity Series.
What I was saying about AJ is that his emotion, but he's the favorite. He's expected to win. You know, he should get out and be cool about it, you know? No, he is that excited. He had to work for this one, and he should be stoked about it. He earned it.
This was not a gimme race for AJ. you're absolutely right. He's got a lot of great experience in road course racing, and he put it to work here today.
And he and Sheldon Creed had their moment. There's a look at Sheldon, who got back to ninth.
Miguel Paludo 13th, Jeremy Clements 14th,
He might not give him
Alfredo 16th. That's good for your fantasy lineup. I'll see you later, Michael.
One bit about AJ having
See you tomorrow.
to fight the battles he had to fight today.
But there is an alliance with Colleague and RCR, so their paths will cross at some point in the near future. I mentioned the Dash for Cash qualifier, so here officially are the
Sammy Smith, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, Sam Mayer. They finished 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and they're the Dash for Cash guys for Richmond next week.
Daniel Hemrick, Justin Allgaier, and Sammy Smith, 2 teenagers on the board. If you're a high school senior living alone, how do you spend $100,000? That could be the question that Sammy Smith has to answer.
I don't think that'll be a problem for him to spend.
Let me tell you, his dad Kurt is here today. Made the flight down from Iowa.
Hell of a drive, AJ.
I'm sure he will help his young son make responsible decisions if he gets the payout next week.
2 Cup guys finished 1-2. Go figure.
This is the 20th win for Colleague in the Xfinity Series, and the 9th time they've done it on a road course.
I love that we just heard him yelling over the car. That's a lot on the chip there at that point.
AJ, a tremendous road racer, incredible at COTA. Second 2 years ago, and now he's won in back-to-back seasons. Celebrate good times, AJ Allman.
AJ's pretty damn good. We know this.
Here's Chris Rice.
Had to overcome a lot to win that one, so you got to hand it to him.
Let's go to Josh Sims.
AJ Allmendinger celebrating another road course victory. AJ, you start the race strong. You suffer that damage off the restart in the middle part of the race. What did it take to get back and hold off William Byron to get that victory?
William Byron might be one of the best ones in the sport right now.
Byron's kicking their ass on Sundays, and AJ took it to him today on Saturday.
It's gonna be tough. Just trying to fight to get back up to the front there. Hey, we had contact.
Byron's frustrated, I can tell.
I was there. I felt like you turned. I was trying to stay off him, but so I hate that.
AJ is right about one thing. Creed was squeezing guys taut all day through those couple of corners. He was squeezing everybody taut that got to him. But AJ clearly did overdrive the corner, and he would have. AJ would have spun if he didn't hit the 2.
You talk about going into this race, the pressure that's always on you.
But I know he didn't mean to spin Creed.
Races. Does this get old, or is it more relief for you after?
Heck no, it's I spent a lot of years not winning anything, so I'm gonna celebrate everyone like it's my last one. You never know, but
what a wheel man AJ is.
I put on myself,
Makes me happy to see AJ win every time.
Try to live up to it.
A guy with that kind of talent deserves success at every level.
Awesome.
Like to see him win some Cup races this year. I think he's got a shot tomorrow.
I'm just so lucky to be a part of this Colleague racing team.
He's got a really good shot tomorrow.
Thanks to Xfinity, everybody at ECR and Chevy, Colleague Racing, Nutrien Ag, all of our partners, Sparco, Arai Helmets, Corby Concepts put a sweet paint job on the thing that's brand new. Action Industries, everybody at the shop, all the men and women, thank you for believing in me and giving me this opportunity every week. Love you guys.
Congrats, AJ.
Well, William Byron gave it everything that he had on that last lap. Looked like when you got to the S's, maybe you were going to have a shot to catch up. Just step over the grip level a little bit there.
Yeah, I just messed that S's up. I was getting one final run at them. Obviously, they were really good all day. AJ's great at these road courses, and I still have just a little bit to
run with AJ like that, you're pretty good, Byron.
Yeah, overall, just got through the S's there, and I didn't want to get off and screw up second place, so I slowed way down to keep it within the track. So, yeah, thanks to AndrewCars.com, Chevrolet. It was a great effort. Just need to clean it up in these cars. It just, the downshifting and just the rev match and all that, I needed to get back used to that. You know, different than the Cup cars. So just need to do a better job there, but really had a lot of fun racing them. And a couple times I probably had a shot and just needed to do a little better job. So part of it, and hopefully we'll get them tomorrow.
Thanks, William.
Three biggest names doing double duty today.
All right, gang, I'm going to go take that nap now. I've earned it. That was a fun race. I'm hoping for more of the same tomorrow. Good night, guys.